Test. Why's the Stealer?
Cross, please contact the VOAC desk.
Fuck.
Cross, please contact the VOAC desk. the departure of Flight 601 to Montreal and Toronto. Passengers for this flight should proceed through passport control on the first floor to the departure lounge. Passengers for BRAC Flight 601. Toronto Airlines announced the departure of the first of Flight 771 to Chicago and San Francisco. Passengers on this flight should proceed through passport control on the first floor to the departure lounge. This flight is now boarding at gate number 20. Bell Israel Airlines announced the departure of Flight 15 to New York. Passengers for this flight should proceed through passport control on the first floor to the departure lounge. please contact the BRAC desk.
Guys, guys. Oh my god. Whoopsie. I whoopsied. I whoopsied the scene. I whoopsied the scene. Hello everybody. Hello everybody. You might know me as Twitch streamer Salad Forest on the computer. Oh fuck.
Oopsie.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait. Hold up. Wait, hold up. Wait, hold up. Wait, hold up. Oh no. I didn't account for things happening. I didn't account for things happening. Uh-oh. Whoopsie. Hello. 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 Whoopsie. I may have whoopsied a little bit. Hello everybody. Hello everybody. I'm Salad Forest. You may know me as Salad Forest. I'm on my computer. I got an intro to a video game. I bought a video game on the computer. I got a video game on my computer. It says Shindigs. It says Shindigs. That's like a thing you can do. That's like an event. That's like an event. Although it's very strange because the back of it was like a big manual that just said like Hawk Tuah spit on that thing, and it just like said how to do that. It just like kept going. It was just a page, a big book that said Hawk Tuah spit on that thing. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. But I think I can talk to the person on the computer. I think I can speak on the computer with this. It sounds like some software. It sounds like there's some software that lets me do some crazy shit. But we had to get there. We had to get there. We have to get there. So. But we have to say hello. We have to we have to we have to say hello. We have to say hello. We have to say hello. Hello everybody. Hello. Oh my god. I'm like stalling to like fix something, and I think this also broke. I'm stalling. I'm stalling because I had like an animation and like it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Anyway. Introducing the Hawk Tuah person, the number one Hawk Tuah person on the website. Motherfucker, I saw it's broken too. Oh dear God, it's all falling apart.
Well, is this where I read what you sent me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hawk Tuah. Did I read it correctly?
Wait, why is it broken?
Is something broken?
It's broken.
Did I just come on to Hawk saying Hawk Tuah to a blank screen?
Oh. Wait, what is happening? Oh, there you. Oh God, you're clipping.
Am I unbearably clipping?
Hold on, that's a me issue. That's not a you issue. Okay, you're normal.
No, but am I still clipping?
You're not clipping anymore. You're not clipping anymore.
Oh, okay.
I can make you clip. There's a limiter.
Yeah, if you can, I don't know. It's like a Tiny Desk concert. It's live. It's mixed live. It's for the ambiance.
So you may be you're everybody Shindigs on the computer, best known for being for the Numa music video and making Mudang in a lab
And Hawk Tuah. Yeah.
all of these things out.
Yeah, and Hawk Tuah, don't forget that. And I was going to name a lot of other recent internet phenomenon, but unfortunately all of them are like Milkshake Duct. So let's just keep it at Hawk Tuah is Milkshake Duct, but like it's still funny in my mind.
Okay, hold on. Why aren't you animated?
Because I'm spinning on that thing.
Why are you not? Why is everything breaking? This is awesome. Oh, I think you're normal.
Hello?
Fuck it, we're doing it live. Okay, so hello, welcome to the interview show. Welcome to the interview show.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, who are you? Who are you? Who is this?
I'm Shindigs. I stream on Twitch.
Nice, nice. So, sorry. I'm like laughing very much because I'm having very interesting errors popping up. This has never happened. This has never like none of these interviews have been this profoundly fucked.
I mean, I'm in your fucking computer, man. Fucking shit up. That's the problem.
That's true.
I'm in your computer. I'm in the code. It's responding to me. You have to Alt F for me. You have to Control Alt Delete. You gotta blow on the cartridge.
Hawk Tool on the cartridge.
Yeah, you got a Hawk tool on the cartridge, blow on that thing.
I see. So, oh, it's falling apart. Okay. So, I tell me. Time for the time. Let's start interviewing. What's up? Tell me what's up.
Yesterday I hung out with some people and I had to explain Hawk Tool to someone who like didn't know what it was because they were really busy for the past half of the year. And that's why I'm in the Hawk zeitgeist a little bit because we had to do a little deep dive yesterday. And then I took a big nap earlier today. That's been cool. And now I'm here. I'm excited to be here to talk about I'm excited to be here inside your computer in this little vector world. I love the vector look of this world. Is it supposed to look like vector graphics?
Yeah, it's partly it's supposed to be vector graphic. The other part is actually the inspiration I got was both vector graphics and like I saw an oscilloscope one time and I was like, whoa, that's cool.
Have you seen a game with vector graphics like on a vector screen?
Oh yeah, I was one of the forefront runners of a Polybius. I know you worked on that game.
I told you there were some things we didn't want to talk about, but you know.
Oh
yeah.
my bad, allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. No, I saw my first vector screen earlier this year actually. So that was sick. And I've only seen like maybe pictures or like representations like an illustration like this, but to see it in real life is actually sick. Like it actually is not captured, I think, well on camera or picture or anything, just because the way it uses light to I guess like amplify, change everything on the screen, make explosions, particle effects, everything like that. It's mesmerizing, really.
Okay. Sorry, I'm like still trying to figure out why you're not being animated. I another reason a lot of the stuff I've done with backgrounds has been doing monochrome vector type thing, mostly because it's like really not really easy. It's mostly it takes a lot less time than fully rendering a background.
Mm-hmm.
And I like drawing backgrounds. I draw backgrounds way too much.
Yeah. Honestly, there were times I was machine to help us draw backgrounds or something. It would just really take the load off.
No, don't
have to render everything all the time.
No, don't take the load off. Give me the load. I love drawing background. They're still fun.
So what else is going on this overlay? So you have captions.
Yes.
You have captions for me, you have captions for you.
Yes.
How do you separate that out?
So I have a caption. Oh, also I have a bunch of Joel. Any Joel you post will do something.
We'll do something different.
Yeah, there's a lot of buttons that are being covered up on my head. If you use a flashlight, turn on the flashlight.
Oh, tell me more. Tell me more about your overlay. So you have captions for yourself. You have captions for me. You got Joel on the screen. I'm in a video game. They're vector graphics. Do I have items I can use? Can I use an item? Can you use an item on me?
I can use an item on you. Hold on. Let me whip out the big red jewel. Big red jewel. Boom.
Ooh. Okay, I take this big red jewel and thank you. This will come in handy later. That's what I would say is like an NPC, right?
Yeah, I also have an album. I also have an album if you would like it. I don't know what album this is, honestly.
Okay.
Oh, that's the first person I interviewed album.
Oh, this isn't the right time to be using that. Is that an NPC thing I should be saying?
Oh no, you don't need to be an NPC. You're real. Or are you an NPC? Or are you real?
If I was real, you've conducted some incredibly unethical experiments to put me into the computer.
I think you just got there. I don't, you're just there. I found this cartridge on Goodwill.com. You're just shipped to me.
Mm-hmm.
What the
And are there other backgrounds? Can I travel? Can I fast travel?
I do have other backgrounds, however, those are for later.
Okay.
We got multiple things going on here. We got
It's a actual multi-stage interview.
yeah. I had more to break more things, show the mini games, but I show Archibald wants me to show everything off. I got bug fighting. Archibald wanted to show off the fucking baseball and shit. What about the baseball, like at the beginning, not when someone has to piss? But
I gotta play backyard baseball.
okay, so I had initially when I was doing the interviews, I did have more backgrounds where people could like go to because I wanted it to be like a thing. But I moved a bunch of I did something else. I did something else with it, which I'm not sure why. No, I'm not sure why. Sorry, I did something else with it because I thought it'd be more interesting and it would give more like visual distinctions to have like different things. But once again, you'll see when we get to that. I do have a lot of backgrounds because I did a thing. I did a thing recently, which was a little adventure game thing that was actually inspired by the visual novel streams you did, but I wanted to take it further.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that, and it all fell apart so profoundly.
It's really hard to keep it all together in Sammy. You kind of have to. There's an art to writing insanely fucked up spaghetti code, I find. And it's great for yourself if you're only making something for yourself, but it's terrible if you ever have to work with someone else or like need it to be working in front of a lot of people sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's awesome if you just want to get an idea out there. So that's cool you were inspired by that. I appreciate that.
Why aren't you animating? Oh,
I simply just choose not to be animated.
I can just like I can like change this on the fly and make it not use reactive image and just do it through OBS. But
Oh, are you talking about reactive image on Discord? Discord reactive image?
yeah, I have Discord reactive image for your talk sprite. I don't know, that's the only one I use it for.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm supposed to be interviewing you. The tables have been turned.
Oh, you're right. You're right. This is like this is like the last level of like talking to TTS and then I was talking to ChatGPT and then I was talking to a person. Yeah, is it a threshold thing? Honestly,
might
the
be.
Discord reactive stuff for me has been effed up to keep it family friendly.
Oh, you can say fuck.
I'm keeping it family friendly,
Oh,
and I choose not to be animated.
Oh, okay.
Those are my two rules.
Yeah, like
And I have your gem, and I won't take your album.
that's not my album. That's a musician Paint Scratcher new album. I don't know when the fuck.
I refuse to get my paint scratched. So all those things. This is
I have one more
this is
item. I have one final item, but you'll get that later.
oh.
So on with the interview. Onto what the stream is. So
If you need to fill time, Hawktua, just Hawktua.
of course,
Just press the Hawktua button.
I had a Hawktua button, it broke. I pressed it so hard it corrupted the Hawktua file. But okay, back to the interview. So. Is there anything you're currently working on / big releases you're working on?
Anything I'm working on right now? I'm trying to think because I have a list of stuff that I constantly just slowly work through. I think for the end of the year, I'm mainly going to do games because I have a lot of games I've started, but I have not finished. I have a few ideas more with the ChatGPT API, to be honest. Not the advanced voice, but like using the API. And because like I found a way to feed the stream image into it and have it react, so like I can technically make a robot look at the stream and react, like similar to how Nano reacts to Joe Biden, but he can't say Joe Biden's name because it's like illegal against TOS. And the last thing I'm really excited about is like I got a bunch of hand cam stuff, and I was messing around with it earlier this week. So that I think is what I'm most excited about right now, and my brain gets excited about different things constantly. It's constantly changing focus, so that might not be what I'm into next year. But right now, there's some really interesting hand cam stuff I think that we can do. When I say really interesting, I don't mean to like blow people's minds that there's gonna be like insane 3D effects, but like at minimum there will be a hand cam, and on the second order we can combine it with OBS effects, and that's as far as I thought about with that. But I'm excited for that.
Ooh. Is there any specific I don't want you to what's the phrase? Hold on.
Spit on that thing.
Yeah, I don't want you to spit on that thing too early. But is there any inspiration for the hand cam thing that you would like to share as to where it came from?
It's something I've done in the past, and I'm the kind of person where if I have like a camera and it looks like garbage, it really bothers me. I don't know if you're the same with like tech stuff or like audio.
Oh,
Like if it's not 100%, sometimes it like bothers me. So I'm like, I eventually have to get some good lighting. It's kind of overkill, but it's like I need to get good lighting. I want to get green screen mats and stuff. Just because if I can like put real objects into like the stream world, that's kind of an interesting idea I'm thinking about right now. It's not just for hand cams. It's like if I have a green screen, I could like kind of put real world objects into the streaming world and like interact with them in a unique way. But really, like I've gotten a lot of support from people watching the stream lately, and I don't do a good job of like turning that into like better or interesting new streams. So this is like a clear pathway to do that, which is like let's purchase items, let's purchase things. And if you buy something, your content will get better. Keep spending, keep buying, keep consuming. Use the promo code. And that's how it ended up here. And it was like around the sale season, Black Friday season. So I was like, you know what, it's time. And so that's kind of the inspiration.
When you say, I remember I think you said this one time on stream like forever ago that a big inspiration for wanting, not a big inspiration for something else you wanted to do with IRL stuff was the Sushi Dragon. Is there any of that in that inspiration? Question mark.
I think so. I mean, he's kind of like I think foundational and perpetually stuck in my brain among a bunch of other things I constantly maybe subconsciously reference. I actually was reading Calvin and Hobbes again lately, and I think Sushi Dragon is in that like he's in the mind palace where you don't know he's an influence because he's just so foundational to everything. And that's the experience I had with Calvin and Hobbes when I was reading it again. I was like, oh man, I'm actually this like shaped my mind in a very foundational way. And so I think with Sushi Dragon, it's there because when I think about Sushi Dragon, he actually did a lot of music, like OBS effects. Like that was kind of like half his stream. People kind of know him, I think, just for like funny effects that are timed. But he actually did a ton of music stuff. So I think that's where the live editing comes from. I really like what he's doing now, where he kind of has like an IRL backpack and he goes out into the world and he does live effects. I think that part of his stream is really underrated. And he's recently been going to like streamers' house because I think he's friends with Seer, who's a streamer on OTK. He's going to like that streamer house and like doing live editing effects for them, which I think is super neat. I think I'm definitely inspired by the latter part of that because it's like bringing your effects to someone else's stream or someone else's world is kind of neat. I don't know how that's gonna look, but he's still doing it. He's still one of the best to ever do it. He's crazy. And he has a warehouse.
In Montana.
Yeah, Montana.
I don't know why I know it's in Montana.
I remember that fact too because when I first heard it, I'm like, that's kind of a weird place. Like, and that's coming from a place of ignorance because I'm a blue checkmark coastal elite, but
I mean, same.
yeah, we're blue checkmark coastal elite. So like when I was like, oh Montana, that's kind of crazy, but he really likes it. When I watch his streams, he really likes living there. I think because he like hikes and nature is great. I'm like, you know what? He's living the dream. He's got the warehouse. He's got the nature. I think he also did one stream where he was longboarding down like a mountain and he had like a drone with him, which was crazy. So I think it's actually perfect in many ways.
Okay, now you're like permanently animated. Okay, new issues.
Let's go.
The only reason for me the reason Montana stuck out with me was because it's like, oh yeah, that's where Hank Green is, and I think DFTBA stuff is.
Oh yeah, maybe there's some
So they have like business.
creator Illuminati that we don't know about.
I think it's because they have like a really strong business incentives over there or something.
Oh,
So,
that
for
would
like
make
starting
sense.
stuff.
Oh,
Gosh, what was
that would make sense.
okay.
I'm Googling Montana. Dude, I'm actually looking. I'm Googling Montana, and the first thing that showed up is Glacial National Park. It's beautiful. Like this is an incredible national park. Jesus, this looks great.
A lot of Montana, Montana,
Oh.
and I don't know what you call that region, like the straddling Canada, kind of Midwest, kind of not Midwest, like Idaho
Mhm.
area. They have like really pretty nature up there.
Yeah, I think like all the Pacific Northwest, like Seattle, Oregon, obviously the Pacific that's like core Pacific Northwest core, but then maybe Montana / Idaho don't get the love because Idaho is Idaho, but Montana is like it's you're going to the mid part of the country.
The
But,
West
ooh, oh, Yellowstone's in Montana. That makes sense.
Yellowstone.
That makes sense.
No, yeah, Yellowstone is like Montana, Wyoming.
Hmm.
Oh god, I know too much about these places. Do I wait? Actually, do I know that much about that place? No, I know too much about like the West Coast because of geology studying. Uh,
That rocks.
I dropped out of I dropped out of grad school because someone told me that rocks. I'm joking. Uh
Oh, mountain states. Yes, mountain time. That makes sense.
oh yeah. Someone's car outside is going very loud. Someone has slammed a car. The not to dox myself, but the California special happening right next to me.
Oh, this is it like a music festival?
No, it's someone. No, it's like you know how people's cars randomly just like go off and you can just hear a car alarm.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Oh my god, yeah, the California special where they just kick the car and then it just goes off for hours. I can't hear anything. I'm chill. I'm chilling.
All right. Oh, okay. So I don't know if you've seen any of my prior interviews, but the interview show was initially a musician interview show, and you have made music before. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I made music for myself, and I made music for Jet's stream, Gene Famous's stream, as like a fan thing. I try to do like a thing where I'd make music for a bunch of channels I liked, and then I kind of fell off because I just didn't keep the habit. Um, but I think yeah, Gene used one of those for her opening part of the stream, which was great. And then she asked me to do more, and that was also really fun because like I got better. I just like it. I think I'm just at a place where it's just like a fun hobby. I don't really play games as much anymore. I don't play games as much anymore. I read too much of the internet, so it's like a fun thing. It's a fun thing that I can riff on. I can riff on that thing every other time, and I don't have a lot of pressure to. At least I don't put a lot of pressure on myself to like produce or release anything. Like I'm just got over all those brainworms that I'm like, yeah, I'm just doing a lot of these things for fun. There's something like primal, I think, in our brains that we like to like push buttons and make noises. it's just super unfortunate that it can be pricey. That's the only downside. Like video games, controversial opinion, video games is like a pretty cheap hobby. Now that I think about it,
Yeah.
which is crazy. But I've gotten, I think like the worst brainworm I got was when I was on a trip to Japan. I found like a old like retro synth that how should I describe it? It's like it was big. It like kind of I could fit it in my suitcase, but it was like pushing out part of the suitcase. And so when I was like dragging it around the streets, the bottom of the suitcase would kind of scratch against the bottom. I couldn't really tell at the time. But when I got home, I'm like, oh, the entire part of this is kind of fucked because of this thing. And it took up like 60 to 70% of my luggage area. And it was like day 2 of like a 14-day trip. But I like carried it around everywhere because I was like, I can't find this anywhere. And I'm not going to pay $200 for shipping, for whatever it's going to be. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's like the Roland sound modules. Are you familiar
Oh my
with those?
god.
Okay.
Oh my
Sick.
god.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to assume because you had a whole PC98 setup. I don't want to assume you're like brainworm here, but
Oh, don't worry. I got the brain worm.
yeah. So like the like the SE like the sound canvas line, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh my god.
I think this is okay. No, the model's on there. So this is an SE88 Pro, but it has a keyboard built in. It's like actually a full size keyboard. Oh, not full size. It's 32, 37 keys, but it has the SC88 sound module built into it. So like you just pick them. It works exactly like the SC88 sound module, but you select the sound and then you immediately like play the keys. So if you Google it right now, it's called the SK88 Pro,
I want one of these.
which is sick. I know. Don't do it because you're gonna want it, but it's the unfortunate thing is like it's pretty affordable, all things considered, in the world of these retro synths, but it's not. I don't think you can get it in the United States. At least you need to ship it from Japan, I think. So it basically doubles its price almost.
At the very least, you don't have the teenage engineering brainworms.
I do.
Oh,
I do,
no.
but I have a friend who I think like day one purchases everyone, and I ask him his opinion, and it kind of chills me out. And he's a designer, so I think I can justify it for him, and he justifies it because he likes to get inspiration from it, and he's like super tactile. But yeah, he was like, I was like, man, the new super calculator, how's that? He's like, yeah, it's fine, looks cool, but it's fine. I'm like, okay, gas denied, gas avoided. And then for the new one, new one, he was like, it's sick, but it's like really expensive for what it does.
Yeah, they're like
Okay.
$3,000 for like basically OP1 again.
Yeah, but my original thought was like I would rather get that over the OP1. That was my fucked up
Ooh.
thought. I'm like, this actually makes sense because I would actually get the XY over the OP1, but my friend made a great point, which was it gets like the OP1 is good because it kind of is still like a toy, and so you don't have a ton of expectation for it. But the new one, it's like it has all these arrangement stuff, and so you can't help but compare it to a computer like Ableton or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay.
It doesn't, from what I've seen, from like the videos I've seen of the OPXY, it kind of just feels like it looks really cool and it's like really compact, but functionally it sounds better just get an Ableton push.
Yeah. But the brainworm I think I'm trying to annihilate in my head is to not think about things functionally anymore. Because if you go down that rabbit hole, I think it's functionally a computer always wins. Like,
Oh yeah, because
a
you can emulate
laptop.
everything.
You emulate everything. The workflow is like not bad. It's actually there's no like worse workflow in my mind. So it's all it kind of doesn't matter in my head.
My to placate me with music is I just kind of like the thing that placated me with music for a bit was I would launch up Ableton, make some shitty loops, and fuck around in Serum for like an hour.
I love Serum. Are you big on Operator?
I haven't used.
Operator is also sick. I'm not good at it. Like the problem with Ableton stuff is like it doesn't look nice. It looks gray. But when I dug into Operator, it's insane. Like it can make some insane noises. The only problem is like Serum just looks better, so it's easy to see what you're doing. Do you have other retro synth brainworms
Oh.
other than these sound modules?
So like I don't. Okay, so I've never bought a synth because I'm broke as shit. But I like.
Mhm.
But I very much enjoy. But I like emulate a bunch of stuff. With my I emulate a bunch of stuff online with my computer. I used to when I was like as a child, I had FL Studio and I would emulate a bunch of old Yamaha synths because I wanted to recreate music from Dodonpachi. And for some reason, that turned into me making becoming a dark ambient swag teenager, and then I have not made music since I was like 18, which has been like 7. I don't care if I'm saying my age. It was like 7 years ago.
I got it.
And
Yeah.
and like recently, I've been getting like more into. I've been like trying to get back into making music, but I've been getting so into this all the stream stuff I've been doing, as well as the game I'm working on. So I haven't had time with that. But the moment I get back into making music, I know I am going to make some Witch House because I need something that sounds like Crystal Castles and Snow Strippers like in my life, and I need to make it.
Witch House is such a sick name for a genre.
Right?
Whoever I was reading something about like the aesthetics of like words recently, and I'm like, Witch House is definitely in that. Like I don't even know. I think I know what it sounds like. I probably have heard it. If it sounds like Crystal Castles, then if that's Witch House, then I definitely have heard it. But I feel like did that term always exist like pre 2010?
I actually don't know. I think it originated with Memphis rap, I want to say. So like it has to have started in like the 2000s.
Hmm. Do you have like PCM sample brainworms too?
Hold on, I need to like remember what a PCM sample is.
Okay, yeah, it's like those cheesy sounds like in the sound modules.
Oh yeah, I love them.
Yeah. So like, you could get like the small box. Did you ever get this? I mean, yeah. Did you ever have the small sound module box?
Actually, that's a good question. I might have. Hold on, I like need to look. I need to look at what this looked like in FL. Yes, I didn't know how to use it.
Let's go. Actually, I don't know if you could Roland Virtual Sound Canvas. The official one got shut down. That's the bad news. The official one got shut down. So I've been looking for an alternative other than the hardware one. But the messed up thing is like Roland now has, I don't know if you know about this, but they have like a cloud subscription.
What?
They have like I guess if you're unplugged from the music world a bit, everything is turning into a subscription.
Oh yeah, I was aware of that. I didn't know Roland was on that.
Oh yeah, no, that's like their bread and butter now. So if you buy any of their like flagship new shit, you plug into the World Wide Web, and like it loads all your sounds or whatever. Like it's the same engine, some version of that, right? And they had an emulator it's probably the same emulator you used for these sound modules. And I loaded it up earlier this year because I was like, I'm gonna fuck around with this for a little bit. And they were just like, nah, we don't support it anymore. It's too old.
Boo.
I'm like, what the fuck? But in classic Roland fashion, the sounds are still available, but it's just in their cloud subscription. It's like such a illustration of the times we live in because they just have like one super app. Like you can get emulations for everything, like that's still supported, but they have one super app, and in the super app it's just a list of all the presets that you can like find, and it's buried in there, but it's just like in the gray goo, if that makes sense. Like it's just in the gray goo of noise that they have, which is sick, which is good, I guess, because it's preserved, but you don't get the nice aesthetics of your emulator.
Oh my god, I just like remembered my I like a couple months ago I had like a music production kick where like I need to make music right the fuck now. Cause it was definitely because Igloo Ghost released their newest album. and I know
Mhm.
these Reason, and it's like I'm downloading Reason. I'm gonna fuck around with these things, and I like did that for a month. I was like, I don't know how to use the subscription service for this shit.
Is Reason a subscription? I thought it was a one-time thing.
They have both. They have two different ones. One of them, I don't really know what the difference is, but they give you like something different. And I used the subscription for like a few months.
Yeah.
But the default like synth that comes with Reason, they're like really good. You can do like so much with them. Hello, Clock. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much for the raid, Joel.
Well, that's really scary. My window on your stream that I'm watching, it just like scrolled down automatically, like it was haunted.
I got ghosts. I got ghosts in here. You might be.
I'm
able
not
to
saying
see
this
ghosts.
as a bit, like it really happened.
Oh shit.
I got haunted.
Hello, Clock. Hello. Hi, everybody. Where, do you have anything to say to the interview? Sorry, interview. Oh my God. Do you have anything to say to the Raiders?
I'm in the Clonk world right now, and it's very cold inside the computer.
How does Clock do it?
I don't know. They wear layers.
I guess you have to, or maybe get acclimated to like computer. I don't know. I'm not in the
Oh, there's.
computer.
I know that chatter. I know Tomato. Hello. Welcome. They're an old head, big old head, big Shindig's old head. I know El Kalonk. They're in the computer. You know, I still have the Kalonk business card that you can put into a Game Boy. And I found an old Game Boy and I was so excited to finally use it, and the Game Boy screen is broken.
No.
It's like the end of the Twilight Zone episode where the glasses break.
Oh my God. Sorry. Speaking of Game Boy, that reminded me of I was in high school and I had a Game Boy and I got so fucking mad because I got the what was it called? The thing you can use with the Game Boy?
LSDJ.
Yeah, I got a thing for LSDJ and like it didn't fucking work and I was like so mad. And the only reason I like got it was because I saw like a Crystal Castle thing and I was like, I'm never buying music gear again.
Oh yeah. You can emulate LSDJ now.
Oh yeah, I've tried it. I've tried that. I've also tried emulating the weird roll-in 3DS thing.
Got it. Yeah. You can. It's cool. You can do all that now. This is what like makes. I mean, this is what makes me at peace with all this AI doomerism. Sometimes is like I feel music has already gotten to the point where it's almost the singularity. Like you can do everything and anything on a computer in some ways, and like everything is just reproduced on a computer, and we still kind of want to do it like monkeys. Like we want to twist the knobs, we want to like touch things. I don't know if you have that same thought. I don't know if you've ever thought about that, but that's
I
something
have.
you've talked about. Yeah.
I have a friend who bought a couple of synths because they were like having it all on the computer is like nice, but if you're the process of making it, especially when you have like physical instruments like to touch, you get different ideas. You have a different workflow, and your like thought process like is completely not as it would be if you're just like everything on a computer.
Yeah, there's also a thing to be said about like physical, like actually moving your body, both in terms of like turning the knob or if you're jamming and you're like tapping your toes or you like move your body. I was reading something similar when I'm learning bass right now, so I was reading something about like when
Hey.
people move when they play the bass. And it's like, yeah, it helps you should do that. It's like you should just do that because you need to be so locked into the rhythm that you need to do anything you can with your body to just like make sure you're locked in. I'm like, okay. Makes total sense. It's super neat.
Did you?
Sorry, I'm tangenting right now, but
Oh no,
there's one more point.
that's
One
not
more
a
point on
tangent.
this. Yeah, there's one more point on this which I thought was neat, which is when I was in school, I attended this talk where they talked about, and this is like when VR was kind of like reaching consumers at the point, like it wasn't a weird niche thing. Like I think the Vive was out at this point. They were saying they were making these programs for people who study proteins and molecules to like look at them in the VR world, because like if you're a biologist or whatever, you've only imagined them in your brain or seen the pictures, right? Or seen like a 3D render. But they were talking, I don't know if they'd actually changed the perception or like helped them learn more stuff, but they were talking about how they start building like a sense of these biological functions because it's like in a real three-dimensional pseudo physical space, right?
Yeah.
I think there's definitely something there. It's like we are so on our computers all the time that anything that feels like, I don't know, real physical, we're gonna reach out.
Oh yeah. As someone in chat just said, well, we like analog so much we simulate on the computer, and I completely see that like so much. There's there's something to be said about like, well, I don't think a computer can ever like really replace all the physical stuff, especially in music production, because one if you're one if you're like doing a live set, like having like synth, having all that type of thing is like a lot more interesting, and there's a warmness that I guess like a warmness or something to be said about like playing a like you said you're learning bass and like playing a bass versus playing a bass on like Ableton. Like it sounds different just because like the human aspect of it is there.
Oh, you gotta repeat after me. ISW, baby. It sounds warmer.
Ooh.
It sounds warmer. That's it. It's just don't even be like there's a sense, there's like a, there's like a ethereal feeling, maybe it's placebo. No. We gotta fucking lock it in. This is us taking our humanity back from machines. Physical objects objectively sound better and warmer. It's fact. It's real. And we gotta lock it in. We gotta lock it in right now. It's more important than ever. It's more important than ever to get back in touch with the physical world. And so we gotta reprogram our brains. It does sound warmer. You're actually right about the bass part because this is definitely like a placebo thing, but I used to plug my bass into my computer and play out of my speakers, and it was fine. Like I was learning. But when I actually just got a normal amp, I'm like, I fucked up not getting this amp like 2 years ago, basically.
I'm curious. Were you also inspired by bass by Eric from Plays?
No, I actually, though I love watching his stuff because I do get inspired when I watch him play. Um, this was pre-pandemic. I was just brainwashed by YouTube, basically. I just for some reason fell into a bunch of bass covers, and I'm like, this is cool, and I want to have an instrument in my life that's good. And so I bought a bass then, and I was like, I'm not buying any other basses other than this one, and I've thankfully kept to that so far. But then I was supposed to fly out for a work trip, and it was like the day the bass came,
Ooh.
and I was like, I knew ahead of time that would happen, so I actually canceled it like a week ahead of time and told everyone like, guys, I'm not gonna make it. I want to touch the bass. Like I just told them like I want to touch my bass because our project is wrapped. They just want to get dinner, and I'm like, you know what? It'd be great for me if I stayed home and touched my bass to celebrate. And that was the beginning. But I haven't. I actually was really on and off of it until recently because I started taking lessons, and that's been really helpful.
I was watching Eric after I interviewed Eric actually. I watched Eric a bit after, and I was like, I need to play my bass because I have a bass and I haven't like touched it in a while because as I said I've been locked in with everything. But like there's like something about like playing like the bass that's just like, oh my fingies. I love touching this thing. It's so heavy. It's so fucking heavy.
Yeah, touch on that thing. Do you play through an amp or your computer?
I play through an amp. I have a relatively beefy amp that came from like I don't know where the fuck this amp came from. Like my friend like
Is it as tall as you? That's important. Is it as tall as you?
no, it's up to my knees.
Okay. Mine is not as tall as me either, and I think it's shorter than my knees, but it's still good.
I kind of really like playing music with like the most penisy like equipment ever because I really like being able to see how much I can get out of it.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Do you what type of bass do you have?
Oh, ooh, I don't remember. I can like I can check right now. Hold on. Uh, I'm running across my room. It's the I can never pronounce this. I can never pronounce the brand name. It's the Schecter or something.
Oh, okay. I think I'm trying to imagine it in my brain.
It was
See.
given to me by my friend. Well, my friend like let me borrow it, but I've been like using it because he hasn't used it for a bit, and I'm like, and I feel bad that I haven't really used it for a while. But you know, as I said, I've been doing some shit.
Yeah, like streaming stuff can definitely take a lot of time for sure if you're making a whole interactive overlay.
I love doing this. I keep doing this.
Yeah, it's addicting. I may or might not be doing it right now. Right
Ooh.
now.
Uh,
No, I'm not. I'm not doing anything.
I will say, not to gush, but you doing all the interactive stuff like changed the way I approach streaming, and it kind of changed the way I want to do interactive stuff, and it's gotten me to a point right now where I want to use the interactive stream stuff to make some interactive fiction like directly.
Ooh.
And I have a thing like set up for a I have a thing set up that I'm trying to uh debut or have finished by the end of the month for like a New Year thing, which is basically which is basically me using the game Boku no Natsu Yasumi to tell a story that I came up with when I was working at Old Navy, and I was like, where the fuck has my life gone?
That's the interactive fiction thing is so sick actually. I think that true now that you say that, that is truly unexplored. Like I actually don't know anyone who's really leaning into interactive fiction with interactive streaming. Like there is debut lore and stuff like that, but it's not. I can't think of anyone who's kind of played out a story over time. I'm probably gonna get roasted because someone could say like, "Oh yeah, someone in like a big agency did that," because I'm not super plugged into that world. But um, I've never seen anyone like. I think I just have a high expectation for it, where it's like we have a big community of people following some story that plays out stream over stream, so people are awaiting new streams to see how like the story will play out or something.
Well, the only
Um,
thing I can think of with that, also ad break starts in a minute, everybody. If you don't want ads, give me all your fucking money.
you have a gun for that?
I don't have a gun. I'm a freaky little guy. I have a low hat. I can say en passant. I can do an en passant. I can do a little
Ooh,
spin, like Princess Jane, and I can spit on that thing, but that's about it.
spitting on that thing. Yeah, if there's got to be a fun way. Oh, you just inspired me for an idea because I was just watching this Doug Doug video where he was doing systemic bans based on like certain criteria people were typing in the chat and stuff. I'm like, oh, that's such a great idea. Um, to lift, which is like find some way to like actually just annihilate half your chat for any reason. And I think you just inspired me with this ad call out because it's like, you know, if you don't want to see ads, you have to subscribe. But if you're not subscribed and you see ads, right, usually that's just the punishment. But what if you're like, you also have to type Hawk Tua while the ad is running to not be banned? And so like you could set up Sammy to be like, yeah, while the ad is running over the next 30 seconds, um while the ad is running over the next 30 seconds, you have to write Hawk Tua or you're banned or something like that. Or like if you type at all, you have to type Hawk Tua.
Uh, that's how we win. The
Yeah.
oh, but the thing with the interaction fiction with like Twitch, a story that goes over time. That's the thing. I've only really seen done like at scale with like Minecraft SMP stuff, but a lot of the ones,
Yes, you know what? You're right. You're right. Minecraft SMP actually is what I am thinking about.
but a lot of them aren't
That
really
has happened. Yeah.
interactive though. Like the chat is like actively like in the story, you know?
Yeah, and there are other forms of live streaming interactive fiction that have happened, but bluntly put, I think this is the most blunt way to just describe them is like they're really on the nose.
Yeah.
You know, they look like full motion video, which I think is good. Like I wouldn't have done it any other way back when people were experimenting with that stuff, but knowing what I know now with VTubing and things like that, I think I would do it a little differently. Like probably similar to how you're thinking too.
So for the thing I have in mind, I had like two ideas. One of them like kind of fizzled out for a bit, which was initially when my VTuber or my streamer stuff started, I had like a Princess Maker thing where the chat could train my stats and I could go fight battles and all that type of thing. And like the through line would be like through my stats being built up, I can go further and further and like fight stronger and stronger bosses. And then like at the end of like a year, it'll be like, oh, this is the ending like a Princess Maker game.
Mm-hmm.
But the code for that like fell apart because the project kind of like became a bit of a mess. And I pivoted that into the thing I'm trying to do by the end of the year, which like I want to tell a story about like time pathing and that type of thing. And the chat interactive thing, I was thinking like what's a good way to integrate chat stuff? What's a good way to integrate chat stuff to like talk about like as like to like enable or like further the story? And the first idea is make chat like a character, and the idea I've like settled on for spoilers for everyone, I guess, is that I think it would be perfect for you're writing for a scene where like the character is just like my head is filled with noise and the noise is just like chat typing.
Oh yeah, yeah. Kind of like if the Twitch plays Pokemon guy could like actually hear everything Twitch chat was saying to them.
Yeah.
Oh. But would chat be driving the story, or is it like kind of
For
you have you have what you know what you're gonna do in mind?
for this thing, it's going to be mostly a pre-recorded thing, just as a proof of concept to see how it goes. And as
Mhm.
they go, it's like obviously I don't have like I don't have like massive audience. I don't know how this would scale if there was a massive audience. But it's mostly just as like I think it would be a very fun thing to do to like have these pre-recorded videos that play throughout the stream and then like have bits of it that chat like interacts with as like a thing with Sammy and all that. And
Oh.
then I react to that. And then I react to that with it. I don't sorry, I need I can describe like what the like plot is, but I feel like I'm advertising right now, and I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm just pitching stuff.
Yeah, if you want to skip the ads, right now you have to subscribe and you have to write Hawk2O if you're not subscribed.
But the idea for that story that I'm like trying to do is just like oh me play character because like the lore for my shit is we're oh yeah, it's my channel, it's my show. Wait, I can talk about this shit. Hold up. um okay, so like the idea is that my VTuber lore that I don't really engage with that much on the stream, I do it more so on the YouTube channel, is I am 5,000 years in the future and looking back at stuff from the past and like analyzing it through a future lens. And it's like, oh, I find this game and this blog post with the game, which is like a vlog or whatever. And I play the game and then it's like, oh, read this part of the diary. And then like it plays the video and then do that and that and
Oh,
that.
kind of some mist in there too.
Yeah. And so with that, I want to like double it, and it's like, oh, this is also a really cool way to debut a YouTube video I want to make anyway. So
Mhm.
I just like shove it together with the stream, and then I just like edit it a little bit, and then just upload it to YouTube.
That's sick. Have you ever messed around with Twine for interactive fiction?
I haven't, but I've been like thinking about it, but I don't have. I've been like low key putting everything through an AnyType because Notion hates me.
I'm a big Notion. I think hater is a strong word, but I'm a big Notion denier.
I was a
I'm a
Notion.
Notion denialist.
I was a Notion head for like a bit, then I realized it only gives you like 5 MB of shit, and it's like, oh my god, I hate Notion.
Yeah, it only gives you 5 MB. I mean, I'm gonna say an alternative, which is actually not a great alternative for. You're gonna realize in a second why. But Apple Notes, I think, is better than Notion. But you need to be Applehead, basically. Notion is like, I remember I know people who use it very, very effectively, and it definitely is capital S sexy for like planning. Like you look cool if you use it and you show people your Notion and they're like, "Oh god, your Notion is so sick and so cool and so organized." Um but for like someone like me who actually is not naturally organized, it's worse than like having a whiteboard or like a scrap piece of paper, I think. It's 5 MB. You can't write paragraphs, I think. You can't just like fucking write a paragraph in there. It's like has to be a block of something.
Yeah.
It's weird, yeah. I think the strength is like you can make a wiki super quickly, but like I don't know anyone but like a hyper turbo nerd who makes Wikipedias for fun.
So that was actually my use case for Notion, because I was using it to organize the dialogue tree for a game I'm working on with Chatter Kinski in chat.
Yeah, but you're making a game in it. You're
Oh.
not like organizing it, right? You're doing something that it wasn't really intended
No,
for.
no, we're not making a game in it. It's just like we're putting, because the game's gonna be like a really basically a book, and it's like, oh, we can link through stuff, and we're using Notion to just like have all of that, and so we stuff it into RPG Maker.
But you are making a game with it, because if you were to play through the dialogue in Notion,
Oh
you
yeah,
get the experience of the game, right?
Oh yeah. Well, we switch it to any type because, oh my god.
Yeah.
It's not a visual novel. It's an the game is the game at the chat member saying like a visual novel. It's like a the way we've done it is we shoved Fear and Hunger together with Disco Elysium and decided, what if Catholics?
What is any type? This looks sick. I gotta get on this? It seems like I need to get on this.
Oh, I love it. I adore it. I use it to organize my notes for a bunch of shit.
I like the design. It like is doing the retro Apple thing.
Yeah,
'Cause I'm a big
I
so points here. It's not doing the corporate Memphis that like Notion alludes to. So
and no
huge
ads.
points and no ads. Yeah, what is it? Open source? What's the situation here?
I actually don't know if it's open source. I think it's like a little freaky with it. It's a little, I don't know, I wouldn't call it perverse. I just think it's a little freaky. I gave Archibald the information.
It's freaky. I have to subscribe. Oh, for their newsletter.
I've been using it for free, and it's been like I'm like a little bit of a Fujoshi for it at the moment.
Okay, I mean, I'm liking what I'm seeing already. Can you write full paragraphs in it?
Oh, I think. Oh, I don't remember. I've been like
Okay, that's
using.
fine.
I've been using it like I've been using like a test file. Like, yeah, but where am I? I've been using it. I've been using it. I've been using text blocks. Sorry, I burned my throat the other day, which is why I'm coughing.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
It's okay. The potatoes hate me.
No, the potatoes are too delicious. You gotta get them down. You gotta gobble on that thing.
Oh my god,
those potatoes.
I had a baked sweet potato from H Mart the other day. It was so good. I was like they like back racked me with that shit.
Ooh. Oh wait, they're venture funded? What is this note taking app doing? Taking venture money? That's fine. That means I gotta get on it now before it
Or blow up.
becomes something weird. Well, thanks for putting me onto this. This is sick. Yeah,
Baked.
I'm excited for your idea. I mean, I think I understand how you want to interweave it with your stream. One simple version would be like it just takes place during ad breaks. Not like you should do that because you want everyone to experience it, but I imagine you interject.
Evil.
You interject it like an ad break, right? Like it's kind of stitched into how shit goes down.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm a big interactive fiction fan. I'm a big fan of making things do things that they shouldn't, which is why I've been which is like a lot of the stream stuff. Which is why I've been like doing so much stream stuff as well, because as I said, watching your stream from like when I found you like a year or so ago, I was like, I didn't know you could do this, and it gave me like a 5 billion ideas, and then the visual novel thing is like, wait, hold up.
Hold up. Yeah, we got to do that again. I mean, I had the same realization when I was like finding all these tools too. It's like really good time. I had someone DM me this morning asking me just for like what filter I was using. And I'm like, it's just such a good time to be messing around with this stuff. And when retro filters came out, that's like, this is too easy now. Not in a bad way, but I'm like, this is so sick that we can just have something like this.
Yeah.
And Sammy is great too. I want to mess around more with StreamerBot because I think there's stuff in StreamerBot that's really, really powerful, but you need to get into scripting. I used a StreamerBot plugin. So you can like make plugins for StreamerBot, like you make extensions for Sammy. But StreamerBot, have you used it before?
Yeah, I used it for a bit. I tried using it instead of Sammy because I wanted to make C# script, and Sammy was for me like the TTS and Sammy like worked a lot better, so I just like ended up using Sammy, and now I make games in Sammy. I fucking guess.
Yeah, Sammy is, I think, overall a better experience, but StreamerBot feels like there's a lot of deeper functionality you can unlock with scripting. One of those is like it has its own chat client, and like you can code UI on top of that client, so you could technically make a button on top of like each person's username in chat, and like when you click it, like in my use case, they could be summoned on stream, and like I could just easily pull people up from the chat client, which would be amazing instead of having to type. It's just small things like that I think would be incredible to do if it's possible in StreamerBot. But Sammy is the experience of just like coding in Sammy I think is too good, and like the way it organizes it visually works for me. Like the decks and the buttons
Yeah.
makes too much sense for me.
My like Sammy issue, the only issue I've had with Sammy is I wish there was a way to like write proper code in it sometimes, because
Mhm.
sometimes the shit just breaks. Like I remember you had the same issue the other day while you were streaming that I had, where one of the buttons just didn't work and I had to remake it.
That was like the first time that I can remember in a long time that even happened. But yeah, I understand what you mean.
It's like
It's
a
like
couple issues.
confusing.
Like that's a couple issues I have with Sammy. The other one is like doing math in Sammy is a bit of a nightmare.
It is a super nightmare. Yeah, super nightmare.
Those are like the two like big Sammy issues I have, and that's it. When I was doing the baseball thing with Sammy, there was like I forgot what was happening, but there was something that I think Sammy itself like did not like me doing.
Yeah, the other thing with Sammy is you can get a lot done with OBS just by automating showing a picture and not showing a picture,
Mhm.
right? But like I think that's if you want to do anything more than that, or like use a uh use math or something. Like I want to learn how to use the trig functions in Sammy, but I don't know how yet. And it's kind of like you said, it is a nightmare to get. It's like 4 lines of code sometimes just to get like one math operation
Yeah.
that you want, which is which is nuts.
What I found to be the strongest thing for me, Sammy, for like a lot of things I want to do with Sammy, has been using trigger extension triggers. Because oh my god.
How would that look like for you?
Uh, so I think the best way for me to show it is just to show the baseball code, honestly. Which
Yeah, I mean, like, are you writing external strips that do triggers in Sammy? So you run Python and then
oh no, I mean,
it'll trigger Sammy.
oh no, I'm not running Python or anything. It's all doing stuff like directly in Sammy. So the way my baseball game works is that there's an init function that has all of the variables that the baseball thing happens, and then that triggers, and then like every button like it triggers the a lot of buttons end up like pulling the object from that thing or pulling objects from that, and just like sending the object variable down and down and down, so you know how to like keep
I see,
calling,
I see. Yeah.
calling, and it just like lets a better chain happen. That's also what I do with my TTS,
Mm-hmm.
because the way like for my TTS is it pulled the chat message, and then it extension triggers to a word filter button, and then it extension triggers to a read function, and then to a graphic manager. So
Yeah, but you just have like a super button that is basically captures the state of everything.
more so it's just a super button that just like captures all the information and then just like sends stuff over to like smaller buttons, so it's not like a very big button. I think the longest thing in my TTS chain is the validator thing, which is like 20 lines.
Like a button, a button overlord.
And then like my fucked up switch case statement.
You have to do some messed up stuff in Sammy to get it to work sometimes, but it's good. Like I still wouldn't, if it was between doing fucked up code and like changing the UI in any way, I'd still do the fucked up code every time.
Oh yeah,
I think for me.
I love
I think the
Sammy.
only thing for me is like I need, if there are hotkeys to like automatically create or delete, or yeah, create a new button or like change the name of a button, that would help instead of having to right click. But it's all workflow optimization
I wish you could push F2
at the
on a
point.
button and change it.
Yeah, like F2 on a button to change the name. Map. I think what would go fucking crazy is like map a hotkey to a command So it's like every time you do like control 1 or something, it does an if statement every single time.
Ooh.
Or like control 2, it lets you set a local variable.
Oh, that would be
Yeah,
good.
that would be so sick. And set button variable has a drop down for every button in the local deck. Maybe that would be sick.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't name my buttons, which I should.
Uh,
And MIDI. That's the last thing I want. I want MIDI in Sammy so bad.
Like so sad it doesn't. I'm happy that StreamerBot has that at least.
Yeah, but even the StreamerBot, it's the UI is a little tough to wrangle, so I haven't gotten too crazy with it. The best MIDI integration that I've seen is like the plugin directly for OBS.
I haven't fucked with MIDI.
Yeah, OBS MIDI, the plugin is really the workflow is kind of still fucked, but like the functionality is really good. It lets you like actually map continuous knobs to certain values. So
Oh
if you
shit.
map like a knob to like opacity or like a retro filter parameter or an advanced mask parameter, it will do the whole gamut.
Oh shit, I didn't know you could do that. Okay, now I need to do that
Yeah.
because I have like my Stream Deck with like the knobs on it that I haven't used the knobs for anything.
Oh, but the Stream Deck knobs, that should just work with Elgato. Like that should just work normally, right?
Oh yeah, but I hate I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate the Stream Deck software. It makes me wanna explode.
Is the Stream Deck Pro a MIDI knob situation?
Good question. I don't know. Hold on, I think that's Stream Deck Pro.
Yeah, that's Stream Deck Pro.
Okay, yeah. It just has like 4 knobs on it. And like and it has like the penis-y like Apple screen, the Apple laptop, MacBook, whatever the fuck. That like kind of sucks.
It's touchscreen though, right?
It's touchscreen. It's like a capacitive thing. It feels like I'm using a Garmin thing.
Yeah.
It's got that GPS software chic to it.
I want them to release a lever for the Stream Deck.
Like
Like a little slot lever like on the side. Not to like actually play slots, but like it would just be fun to pull. Stream I'm gonna make the Photoshop right now while we talk. More questions while I make this.
Okay.
Stream Deck. Okay, a lever.
Gambling.
Lever. It's not for gambling, it's for fucking
Guys, I'm not gambling, I promise.
It's for tactile feel. Oh, okay, perfect.
Um,
It's not for gambling, dude. It's fun. I don't know. Watch the Conan Walker Texas Ranger clip where he pulls the lever and the clip plays.
it's not gambling, guys. I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Oh my god, every Elgato thing low-key feels like a bit like a toy, but I kind of like that.
Yeah, we just need teenage engineering in the streamer space.
I would start screaming. I was gonna buy a Teenage Engineering like calculator, and I thought that like this is like a little embarrassing to admit. I was gonna buy a pocket calculator, I don't remember which one it was, from Teenage Engineering, and then I saw the desk and I got so mad at it I just like didn't buy anything.
You saw the what?
The desk, the $1,500 desk.
Oh, dude, the desk is so sick. I love that.
It looks so cool, but it's like, why the fuck is it that much?
It's so sick. Honestly, the pocket operators are super sick. I have the sampler one, which I think is the best one.
I want to get the arcade one.
The arcade one's also super dope.
I'm like,
I just got, but for the sampler one, I just like download all the sounds onto it. It has like a very limited memory, which is kind of I mean, you know, that's how it is. I'm kind of surprised they made the super calculator one because it's quote unquote pretty cheap, even though it's like still hundreds of dollars. And yeah, it's still like insane, but
Teenage Engineering.
it is true. Yeah, they got the tax. They command the tax.
Have you ever by any chance fucked around with the Playdate? Not a
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
It looks small.
It is. My friend, one of my friends made a game for the Playdate. I think they just released. I think they just released it. And like,
It's pretty easy, right? To make a game like the dev kit is straightforward-ish.
I don't fucking know. I haven't done anything with it. I haven't fucked around with it, and I low key the game I'm making is like is like mostly it's like has just been my friend is doing the code and I'm drawing everything.
Got it.
Uh,
Got. Oh wait, for the Playdate though.
Oh, for the Playdate, I hear that it had a pretty robust dev kit and like a lot of support, but I couldn't really tell you as to the ease of use for it.
Yeah, I'm more into like anything that just adds like a cranking function to streaming that includes the lever. I think it would be fun. Like I think Elgato kind of hit on the right thing, which is like people want more tactile control of their streams, but they just got to push it. You know, they got to push it a little farther. People want a lever. People want levers and they want to crank shit. That's
I want one big button.
yeah, the Elgato one big button. Like I think they should just do goofy shit like that. I'm not even kidding.
They have
It would sell
they have
for
the
sure.
fuck ass XLR thing. It's just like a big ass knob.
Yeah, I mean like why get that instead of like let me look at it. Elgato XLR. It's 100, dude. It's as much as a normal interface, man. And I guess the benefit is it interfaces with everything else, but
Benefited the big knob.
yeah, you could just get a Scarlett or something, right? So
Dude, I had a Scarlet. It was I had like such a bad time with it.
that's crazy. It's usually pretty functional, I think. It gets the job done. I think all I'm saying is Elgato, if you're listening, giant lever. I want this giant knob to be remappable to anything, and we're on the right track.
I ended up getting a Universal Audio Volt 1 instead to replace
Yeah,
the
those are sick.
It's so good, but it is so bad with Discord screen sharing because I think the sample rate doesn't match up with Discord, so it like randomly crackles.
Oh. I use Motu, which I've not had any issue with the playback. Motu stand now, so I can recommend that. Volt is also solid because it has all those extra vocal features.
Oh yeah, I love them. Like I love what you can do
Yeah.
with it. I like the drivers
Yeah.
are really nice. And it feels sturdy.
Can you like what are the extra features actually like? I just know they exist. I've never used them.
So like there's like a couple buttons on it that like changes how you sound, which is like more useful if you're like recording stuff, and then there's like the built-in whatever the fuck. Oh no.
Yes, that's the one thing that Sammy just does that now, I feel.
I don't.
Or I think if you pull OBS a ton. Hold on, I'm about to skeet and tweet the Stream Deck Pro with lever mockup.
Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up.
I'm thinking of the right tweet. I think if the Stream Deck had an extra lever add-on, it would make controlling your stream so much more fun and tactile. Okay, I'm gonna tag Elgato.
I want Elgato. Okay, Elgato, if you're listening, can you please change the plastic on your products? I don't like how the plastic feels.
I'm gonna tag Elgato. I know who's the guy? He's like on. Would it be crazy to tag him?
Do it.
He's like the head of product or something at Elgato.
Do it. Fuck
I
it.
need to find him. Oh fuck. Go back. Elgato. Ah, not this guy, but I'm not following him, and I should fix that because he's cool. Staggy.
Just tag a random guy.
No, he's like the. Is it this guy?
No, like tag the product guy, and then like just tag someone random. Like tag him like I don't know, Jeff Bezos or some shit. Who's the guy that people like? Who's the guy that people like?
Jeff Bezos is definitely on there. Luigi.
Yeah, Luigi. Tag Luigi.
Is his account still live?
They brought it back.
Let's go. Hold on.
Wait, is it gone again? It's gone again.
It's gone.
Oh my god, they keep bringing it back. They keep whipping it out and whipping it back, and fucking, I'm getting whiplash. Oh no, but it's back again. Never mind, I was wrong. Everyone's always on that damn Telegram messenger. I feel
Alright,
like
I'm back. Sorry, I posted. Hold on. I posted and I tagged. Put it in your chat.
oh, first time chatter shouldn't. Oh my fucking god. I can like only envision like the little screen being like a little having like a little gambling thing going on. Dude, giving it to like old woman like penny slot stuff, like they would love it.
Yeah, you could even make one for your parents. Get them off gambling. Like it's perfect, dude. It writes itself. It writes itself.
Oh my god, I have hair in my mouth. Oh, that's the okay. It would be awesome if they make this and then like every gotcha game, like you had to pull the lever when you do your pull.
Dude, I know. I know. It writes itself, dude. You can map it to gotcha games. You can map it to fucking anything. You can map it to rating, rate a random viewer. Like it's perfect, dude.
Oh, we've lost track of the question. Oh my god. Sorry, let's get back to the interview. Let's get back to the interview. um, how would you describe your stream to a random guy who doesn't know what a computer is?
Who doesn't know what a computer is?
Yeah.
I had to do this on stream recently. So I asked them, "Do you know what the radio is?" What do they know what the radio is?
Hmm. Let's
Do
say
they know what a
yes.
television is?
Let's say they
Yes,
know
they
what
know what a
those
radio
are.
is. They know what a television is. Okay. Do they know what a chat room is?
No, but they know what a public forum is, and they know what a dirigible is.
A
A
dirigible?
dirigible.
I don't know what that is, but I'll try to work it in. I would describe. I think I would describe it like Blue's Clues, but the kids, like you are everyone. It's like Blue's Clues, but the voices yelling at Steve aren't fake, and they could show up in the show and like hurt Steve if they wanted to. um, and they could talk to Steve. I think that's actually pretty close. I think, unfortunately, I've realized a lot of the motifs that I draw from and a lot of interactive streamers draw from is like from kids shows,
Well, no,
which I think it just speaks to like how influenced we were by those kid shows. They were good shows.
it's like crazy to think about how like a bunch of those kid shows were like localized, Loki.
Yeah, that is true. Part of it is localized and part of it is I think it's like the times were different, right? So like some people only saw it when they were sick from school or something like that.
That was when I thought
Yeah.
Ina Garden from Barefoot Contessa. Sorry, Barefoot Contessa starring Ina Garden.
Dude, I have a very specific story about Barefoot Contessa from Eden Garden.
Oh,
There was at some point in my life where I think I was watching the Food Network a ton, and they just kept saying Barefoot Contessa, Ina Garden, which are like Ina Garden doesn't sound like a name, right? It could not sound like a name. It has the word garden in it, right? And Ina is, I don't think, a super common name. Correct me if I'm wrong here. Stop me if I'm wrong. Pull the cord if I'm gonna get clipped and like annihilated.
Okay, I've never met anyone named Ina, but I don't live in a I don't live in a location. I don't live in upstate New York, so I wouldn't be in I wouldn't be in an Ina situation.
Yeah, and I don't know what I don't know what a garden is. Or no, sorry. I know what a garden is. I've never met someone with the last name Garden. I've never met someone named Ina. And I know what being barefoot is. I kind of know what a Contessa is, but they kept saying Ina Garden, the barefoot Contessa. Like these are just made up words, I think, to me, watching the Food Network. And I don't know if you've had this experience, but when people are like, oh, this person, they're that nickname, and the nickname is like assumed like cultural knowledge. Like maybe one example is like, oh, Jeff Bridges, he's the dude. You don't fuck with the dude. He's like the guy from that Jeff Bridges movie. Or who else is that?
Wait, it's
Or like the boss for I just learned this. The boss for who's the boss? Fuck. He's a really famous singer.
wait, is Contessa a real word?
Yeah.
Are you for? Oh my god, Italian count. What the fuck? She's Italian? Wait, is she Italian?
I hate to break it to you.
Oh my god, crazy.
Oh, Bruce Springsteen. Yeah, Bruce
Oh.
Springsteen. And it like it just made me unreasonably not like the show. Because I'm like, I don't know how to describe it. I think this is like a mental problem in my brain. Where if someone like tries to sell me on someone based on their nickname, I just get super annoyed because they're like, "Oh, aren't you hyped up about the thing like the Barefoot Contessa?" I'm like, I don't know what you're saying, dude. You're saying random words to me. You're saying random incantations. And then the worst part is I asked everyone around me about who this person was, and they're like, "Oh, I love Ina Garden. She's the Barefoot Contessa." I'm like, "What the fuck does that? What does any of that mean?
I thought that was just
What does any of that mean?"
I thought that was just the name of the show.
But like that's like an Iron Chef. I understand what an Iron Chef is. She like or like an Iron Chef is like the king chef, I think.
I thought.
But at that point in my life, I'm like, I don't know what any of the things you're talking about in this advertisement is saying, and it just made me really upset every time I saw her. So I just sorry, long story short, I just had very negative feelings about this person for no reason at all. I'm sure she's super nice and everything, but
Well, she was low key. She was low key in charge of a nuclear policy during Nixon's administration, so she might have something. She might got something freaky going on.
you're doing the thing where you're saying words like this.
Richard Nixon?
Making the Lord. No, not Richard Nixon, but like, why is she involved with the Nixon administration?
She was a part of the Nixon administration.
What is happening?
She was in charge of the
Why
nukes.
is the Food Network? Why? Wait, she was in charge of the nukes?
Yeah, she was in charge of nuclear policy during Nixon.
You're fucking lying
I'm
to me.
not lying. This is real.
If I look up Ina Garden and she's actually
Look it up. Look it up. I am not
hold on,
lying.
it's Ina Garden. See, I even got the name wrong. Ina Garden. But they say it like Garden on TV. Okay, Ina Garden. Richard Nixon. This is fucking crazy. Hold on.
I have a Barefoot Contessa hat. My eye doctor today was like, "I like your hat. I love Ina Garden." I was like, "Yay!" Yeah, she was a nuclear budget analyst. The other Food Network individual who was in politics was do you know Sandra Lee?
That sounds really familiar. Was she the one who drank the 2 shots of vodka?
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
like 5 shots of vodka. Yeah.
I think she was the first lady of like New York. I think she was married to Andrew Cuomo, Andrew Cuomo, not Rivers.
That's insane. That's insane. That's awesome.
Do I have any other Ina Garden facts? No, that's about it. That's about it. She's.
That's actually insane. Yeah, and
I was like low-key watching her yesterday a bit because I was like, oh, I want to watch Ina Garden, and like I watched her. It's like our 10 favorite Ina Garden meals, and they all looked low-key kind of fucking nasty. I'm not.
have you ever watched? You should watch a video about like I don't think her food is in this category, but it just reminds me of like traditional American food. But like you should watch stuff about American cuisine in the 50s where they would put like cream cheese on a ham or something and bake it. It's so good.
Is it?
No, it's a cool fact in history. It looks disgusting, but the
I also have I have an Ina Garden clip I'd like to share with you. I'm gonna play it on stream and I'm gonna send it to you like in direct messages just so you can like listen to this. Because I feel
okay. I found out what Barefoot Contessa means.
What does it mean? I legit just thought that was like some random like AI generator, not AI generator, some like random number generator like title.
Yeah, exactly. It just feels like that, and it makes something in my brain have like a very negative reaction to it. I want to be clear. I think she's probably cool and fine, other than the nuclear war thing. A Contessa is an Italian countess. Okay.
I'm assuming.
I think if maybe because my brain is so simple and like ape-like and like caveman-like, where I'm like these sophisticated words they don't clock in my brain. They just need to call her like the queen chef or something, and I would understand the point of the show. A Contessa is a count in Italy, Italian countess. and she got the nickname Barefoot Contessa as like a child at a grocery store that she frequented because it means she was like, I guess, walking around like you are elegant. According to this article, it says you are both elegant and down to earth, earthy.
They made this up.
Yeah,
They made
it's
this up, or she is lying.
I wouldn't, that's her lore. I wouldn't say that's a lie. If it was fiction, that's lore. That's lore.
All right. Hold on. I need to
I
play
stand
this
by
clip.
that. As a fellow fiction writer, that's lore. So
My bad. Apologies, Ina Garden. I love your lore. I need to play this
Yeah.
clip real quick. Hold on.
not familiar with your lore game, especially the nuclear war thing. We're definitely not familiar with your game.
Hold on. Give me 15 seconds. Hold on. Oh. Okay. Sorry. Latina Garden fact. Oh, yeah. The Food Network's a very strange place for like the world.
It had the similar evolution to the History Channel where it like went from what people expect it to be, which is just like some person talking in front of the camera and talking about food, to I don't think it went like the Ancient Aliens route, but like it definitely went. It basically became a YouTube
Yeah.
channel because it's like all the challenge stuff is basically YouTuber challenges. I guess it's like converging to like reality show things.
Yeah. Like I
Chopped is so sick though. Chopped, they found something and I respect it. They ran with it. I can never stop in the middle of a chopped show.
Chopped is like such an overpowered concept for like anything. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. It's like such a good concept for anything. I mean, obviously they did food, but food is like relatable to anyone, so that's already overpowered. But you're right. Like as a concept, you can apply to any craft. It's insane.
The like, oh my god. The issue with like the Barefoot Contessa thing, which is why I said Loki, a lot of the food looked nasty, is because they kept like zooming in. It's because okay, part of it is there was like some rot on the digital footage that made the food look really like blown out and very strange. And they would keep like having these extreme close-ups to these like very random bits of it, and it's like that is not a flattering shot at all.
Did they ever zoom in on the feet?
I don't think her dogs were out. I think Jeffrey's dogs were out, but I don't think her dogs were out.
That's false. Yeah, that was another thing that I would watch the show and be like, "Where's the literal barefoot element?" This is before I didn't know people were freaks for feet. So I guess now in retrospect, I understand why you want your dogs out. But at the time, with like my very simple brain, I was like, "This show is confusing."
Well, I think like back in like 2005 or whatever the fuck, like having your concrete mixers out in the public wasn't like as much of a thing as it is now.
Yeah, this is before the internet
Yeah.
truly fried everyone's brain. Yeah.
Although Quentin Tarantino
Yeah.
did exist.
He did, but he was still your what was I gonna say? He was still like a niche. Like the film freaks were only turning on to that. It's like that's a fact that you only knew when you were at like the house party and they put it up on the laptop or something.
I only knew that because my teacher told me.
Oh god.
My like
Well, that's good. We're teaching that in schools now.
my like because I was in the film club when I was in high school. My like freshman year, I was in the film club, and the teacher was like, "Hey, notice how every Quentin Tarantino movie they zoom in on the feet? That's kind of weird, isn't it?" And it's like, why did you tell me
They
this?
might have ripped it from YouTube, man. I'm sorry to say. They might have ripped that from they might have ripped that talking point from a TikTok
A
before
cinema sin,
TikTok existed.
a cinema sin had.
Yeah, Cinema Sins thing. Yeah.
Oh my god, we got so pushed. We got so pushed. Back to the question. How would you describe your stream to someone who's tapped the fuck in?
Who's tapped the fuck in? I It's like a VTuber stream, but I can summon chat into my stream and hurt them.
Good.
And there's TTS. Yeah. Yeah. I should work on it because I've struggled describing my stream to people. So I should work on that. This is my wake up call.
Gotta have like your business card moment. You gotta like
Yeah, the
statement out.
30-second, the elevator pitch.
That's the more normal way to say that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're also a musician, so I'm gonna ask you the musician questions as well. How would you describe the music you like to make?
Mm, I mean, I should make more to even have an answer to this because I just kind of mess around. I think it'd be wrong to say I mess around with different genres, but I can't really pinpoint one. Probably the most coherent stuff I make is it's just electronic. Maybe down tempo. I actually do think it's super important to. Okay, this is another tangent, but this is a very important tangent. Did you do your Spotify Wrapped? Are you a Spotify Wrapped
Oh, I'm
person?
a Spotify Wrapped head. I did a pop series for like year end and talked about music forever.
Okay, so you know how this year they like made up genres?
Oh, they always do that.
Yeah, I actually whatever happened this year, something in me snapped, and I'm like, I'm only going to refer to genres as like a really basic thing, as like a 1 word or 2 word thing. And so I think one of my genres was like wish house hyperpop. So it was some fucked up like
That makes so much sense to me.
clearly Gen AI Spotify rap thing, right? And I'm like, if anyone told me to check out a band with this number of genres attached to it, I would be like, nah, dude, it's like too complicated for my big brain. But this on the other side, I've been like so Magdalena brain pilled
Right.
like in the past month. And every interview I watch to them, they're like, "Oh, we make pop," right? But like, that is such a, especially their new album, right? You could say it's like electronica, prog rock, or some shit. But they just call it pop, and I'm like, you know what? That just makes me feel good on the inside for one reason or another. That you just kind of dumb it down for me. And so so anyway, this is a long tangent to say that I'm trying my best to not dumb it down, but I'm trying to simplify what I would say that I enjoy making. I think just down tempo, chill beats, electronic sounds. Definitely borrowed from like, you know, the ambient drum and bass, ambient drum and bass renaissance revival that's going on right now.
Do you
Plus,
listen to Nia Archive?
no, I haven't. Oh, plus like Roland sound canvas type sounds, like that kind of stuff. I like to listen to.
I think a lot of
Always-
like these insanely like niche genres, people aren't really gonna describe themselves as unless it's like a scene that's like emerging. Oh.
Yeah, a lot of it is for marketing or branding or something, which I totally get, but like I think when describing to someone else, it's like I think you kind of have to respect, like you don't want to overwhelm them, I think, in some way.
I also think part of it is like depending is like gauge who you're talking to, because if I like told you like, hey, listen to this album, it's neoclassical dark wave, ethereal wave, experimental post rock, it's like, what do these words mean?
Exactly, and I think like neoclassical dark wave probably covers most of that.
Yeah,
Right, because I think if you're like post rock, that like neoclassical dark wave seems like it could be a subset of post rock.
yeah.
You know, there is a tree in my head that I haven't listed out, but yeah, there is a tree in my head that is listed out. It is interesting. Like my friend talks to me about this all the time, where he keeps trying to just find words to categorize stuff, and I think it is leveraged in music in a very unique way because if you want to like stand out in a new genre, you could just make up a new genre. Technically, everyone is like making their own genre, right? Like because they're resynthesizing all their influences to something new.
Yeah. Like I think a big one I've seen recently is like what people call Dariacore, which came from the album Dariacore.
Is that I'm gonna guess it's like shoegaze ish, indie rock.
No. It is
No,
I think the closest. Do you know what mashcore is by any chance?
no.
It's like a very sampley, happy hardcore type kind of like breakcore type stuff.
Hmm.
It's like very internet music.
I got it.
It's
No, I don't got it, but I understand what you're trying to communicate. But
yeah.
I can't hear it in my head.
That's probably fine. I'm interviewing a person who makes the type of music soon as well. Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
But it's like one of those things. Well, I guess a better example would be like hyperpop, where like hyperpop became like a scene because I think from what I remember, I don't know how true this is, but I remember like when hyperpop like started, it wasn't called that. It just became a Spotify playlist that hyperpop, and then people were like, "What the fuck is this hyperpop meme?"
Yeah.
Then that's just the name of the scene now.
Yeah, because it wasn't it just like underground pop for a while?
Yeah, and
Like people would just call themselves pop artists, but they would just have they would just have that sound for a while. But they're like, "Oh, we're pop artists." But like I felt like it was deployed sort of ironically.
yeah.
It's like we're pop artists and it's like the most insane kick drum you've heard in your life that like could not exist as a real instrument. Um and then and then people had to put a word on it.
It's kind of,
Bubblegum bass.
oh yeah, bubblegum bass. That's like the Sophie type stuff and like PC music and all that. AG Cook. I feel God. I grew up listening to that and thinking like that thing grow into what it is now. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, it's cool. I realized recently that sometimes like now that I'm getting more like music pilled, I like get into music Twitter. Um and I realize how far removed I am actually from that. Like I actually do feel like the normal gamer. Like imagine if like a normal gamer saw like gamer Twitter or like a normal person saw Twitch Twitter or something or streaming
Ugh.
Twitter and they're like who cares? Like the first thing they would say is like who cares? You know, it's like whatever you're talking about, I don't care. Whatever, I'm just going to watch my stuff. Um there was some like and I'm someone who likes to get involved in like communities and like understand what's going on. But music in particular and music communities, there's something that's just blocking my brain. I'm like, I actually kind of my only opinion on a song is if it's fun or not, and I like walk away.
Yeah.
I guess. But the crazy thing is, and this is like a weird phenomenon for me, and I think it's because my feed is like anime, tech, streaming, like nerd stuff adjacent. But I swear to God, the algorithm like senses if I like hover over a tweet that mentions Porter Robinson for like more than the threshold amount that it takes to flag me as like you might be interested in it, my feed becomes like an insane Porter Robinson stan Twitter. To the point like I kind of recognize people's names in that community and I'm like I think I'm sorry but I have to mute you because like it's not your fault, it's the algorithm's fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like had
It's not
that. I like had
yeah.
that with Beatles Twitter because I was like obsessed with Beatles Twitter for a little bit. I don't even like the Beatles
Yeah.
that much. But like seeing people be so down bad for Paul McCartney is like I need to know. I just need to know.
I the thing is I don't want to know, and it's not like I don't like the artist or the community or anything around it, but it's just like for some reason this freaking community, this stan community basically, is the one that X the Everything app thinks that I just want 500% of. Just for one reason, it's like if I just click on one tweet, I go back, it's like my entire feed is Porter Stan Twitter. Like that's it. It's like nothing else. Even when this is the insane thing. Have you seen Arcane?
I haven't yet.
That has like an insane like Stan Twitter
Oh yeah, I
situation going on.
imagine.
I swear to God, even when I was like reading Arcane stuff, it never got as bad as Porter Robinson Twitter. Not bad, but like it was never fed to me as extremely. Yeah, like I know there's like this huge Victor fandom. I never got that. But if I like read the word cheerleader just like out of context, even it just like you must like Porter Robinson, and it's just like fire hose of insane Porter Robinson stan content. Anyway, this is a long-winded way of saying like it's been interesting to just kind of enjoy something and not care about literally everything else that surrounds it. It feels normal and good.
Yeah.
Just normal and fun.
Like so that was the last question for the first section of the interview. Lol.
Let's go.
Second part is curious about inspiration. We're talking about music right now. So, what music recently have you been listening to that's been making you lose your goddamn mind?
Yeah, this is. It's not a cop out answer. It's the new Magbay album. It's so good. The first time I listened to it, it didn't really hit. I was like on a train. I think I was just trying to get somewhere. And then I don't remember why, but I'm like, I'm gonna give this another shot. Like I should. Oh no, I remember why. Like someone just posted a clip of Image on Twitter, and I'm like, okay, I should listen to this again. And then I just sat down. I sat my ass down and listened. And I'm like, yeah, this is actually the album of the year, and I like for real teared up. I think near the end,
Ooh.
because I was like, this is. I felt like there's so many pieces of media that came out this year that just like reaffirm that art is good.
Right.
And this is just one of those. Yeah, it's the album of the year. It's the album of the year for me. And there's nothing else to say. Like it's just one of those pieces of music that make you feel like, oh yeah, this is like a good thing humans have made. That's awesome. I would say it's that because I am like trying to think more about like live instrument music rather than purely electronic, with playing the bass and everything. And they incorporated a lot more of that, I think, in this album, which is fun. And their arrangement is fucking insane. And the electronic sounds are fucking insane. And the vocals are insane. And the Dark ABBA song is insane. And then Into Angel on a Satellite is also incredible 90s throwback song. So what can you say? Everything on the album is a banger. It's perfect.
I remember when I first listened to it, I was like, oh, it's whatever. And then I listened to it again. I'm like, whoa. And then I kept listening to it.
I don't know what it is. It's the second time.
Like, I even, like, earlier today, I went to go eat food with my Oomphy, and, they haven't listened to Magdalena Bay at all, and I was like, oh, here, listen to Image, and they were like, holy shit.
I know.
'Cause-
An Image is like I remember I started with that because it was the single, and then I remember like they do such a good job of like the experience that I think I had, which is like this is kind of groovy, this is catchy. You're like, oh, the sounds are like, they actually are like kind of nailing these like retro electronic sounds, like with the cowbell or whatever comes in the chorus. And then at the end, it's just like, Jesus Christ, this is a masterpiece. And it's just that experience, like song after song. It's insane.
like whenever I hear that album, it's just like I find something new in the production to like listen to, and I'm like, what the fuck? How did you do this?
Yeah. They talk about it. If you brainworm their interviews, they talk a little bit
I
about all the
haven't.
productions. Yeah. Their drummer is like doing a tour vlog right now. So they're on tour and he's posting some videos of him on tour, and it's kind of cool.
Have they? Oh my god, wait.
The drummer's also super good. Yeah.
Oh my god, I haven't checked if they have a show near me. Surely there's a show.
They just announced they announced a new leg of the tour too.
I saw, but LA wasn't on there, and I'm like, I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah, they didn't have any California stops.
Like,
Yeah, but I think if they come back to California in any capacity, it's gonna be insane. It's gonna be a fucking insane situation.
Oh, you said earlier that this year has been like insane for art. Has there been any other art this year that has made you go like, oh,
Look Back was great because I saw that in theaters. Look Back was good, which was the anime adaptation of the one shot about these two artists. And then what else? I feel like there's more. Those are the two that stick up in my mind. Look Back, Imaginal Disc. I wonder if there is a video game. Yeah, I cried at Look Back. It was good. I didn't even expect to, but it was fantastic. Mouth Washing.
oh. I just played
I
it the
forget
other
the video games I
day.
played. Yeah, Mouth Washing is phenomenal. I'm just looking through all the games I played this year. This doesn't count, but I played Red Dead for the first time this year, and I'm
Ooh.
like, I get it now. I understand.
Tell me more.
Red Dead 2. Red Dead 2 is You know how every like chud gamer kind of compares everything to Red Dead 2 because like it's just so detailed, the graphics are so good, all the systems are like immersive, and like maybe another way to describe it is like how every chud gamer has this really crazy expectation on how detailed the game should be. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you shoot the water and like it should have realistic physics or something, and it's like that's not possible for every game. This is the game that does that actually. This game actually does all of it, and I get it. Like I'm kind of more of a gamer chud. I'm like, why aren't all more video games like this? I understand why people are so upset at every other video game. It is so detailed, and I haven't even played the campaign, which I heard the story is crazy. So, it's an open world cowboy game, and every system is so detailed. Every interaction is so detailed in terms of like, you punch someone, you tackle someone, you can skin animals, which is crazy. It's just really well put together for an open world game, and it makes me just believe that GTA 6 will like. I think GTA 6 is more important than any company, any AI company reaching like AGI or like the end goal of like a true autonomous intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah, Red Dead 2 convinced me that GTA 6 is actually the end goal of technology. And I'm kind of half joking here. Like Red Dead 2 truly radicalized me that damn, games are crazy and they're gonna get crazier.
That's kind of how I felt when I played Mouthwashing, but I'm like more of a narrative thing.
Oh yeah.
Cause not to say too much about it, but that game, like I broke down crying in the middle of the game, and then after I played the game.
I I didn't. I streamed it, but like it definitely had an impact, and uh I think I didn't have like a super strong visceral emotion reaction to it, but like when I walked away, I didn't feel like I played a game, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like cuz when I sometimes when I feel like I play a game, it feels like I just finished a McDonald's meal,
yeah,
and I love McDonald's, but like it felt like I ate a fucking insane meal that I could never ever eat again.
yeah. That's how I felt as well. It like um very few games have made me feel as strongly as that game. I think like for me it like also hit like extremely strongly because I played that directly after playing Disco Elysium.
Oh yeah, I haven't played Disco Elysium yet. That
Ooh.
I feel like I'm missing out on that one.
So basically it's just like one really hard-hitting story versus after the other. Granted, like hard-hitting in different ways. Like Disco Elysium is like
Mhm.
I'm reading a book, and Mousewashing does low-key feel like I have just read a very, very good novel.
Yeah, yeah, but I don't think it's a. I don't think it's. I don't think it would have the same impact if it was a novel. I think it would work as a novel for sure, but
Oh yeah, defo.
um, it definitely can work as a novel. But like, it definitely, I think it leans it's helpful that it's a game, but I like how it's not like too gamey, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Because people, I think the normal assumption around like interactive fiction and games is like, oh, like the mechanics should be so woven into the story, which when it does happen, it's sick. That doesn't really happen too much in mouthwashing, but I don't think it's any weaker for it. Like I like that the interactive elements were like kind of more light.
yeah.
Um, and I think that's good. I don't think it had to be like some insane thesis on like game and narrative
Oh,
interaction.
oh yeah. Like that was how I felt with the game. Is that I cannot imagine. I've actually had a conversation after I played the game with one of my friends who didn't play the game, but it was just like I feel like video games have like a very very specific like way to tell a story that nothing else can do. And mouse
Yeah,
washing kind of like is one of those examples where it's like this cannot work in any other medium. It uses the medium like perfectly. It doesn't need to be game changing or anything. It's just
yeah,
like really really solid. The reason I say it like feel like I read a really good novel is just because I feel like the writing is like insanely tight.
yeah, yeah. It is. It is. It feels like you know this world. It's crazy. Like it feels like the world is so built up by the end, but it's you know the actual assets in the game are pretty minimal
Yeah.
compared to everything else.
Love that game. And then on the other hand of the coin of the Disco Elysium, where it's like they use the CRPG thing to like the extreme, and also it is more than a million words in that game.
Yeah, I need to play it. I have not tried it. I haven't tried there's another game everyone loves, Baldur's Gate 3 all the way through.
Ooh.
I've heard that game is also crazy. I'm not like a big CRPG guy, but everyone says like this is an insane video game.
I'm not either. I also haven't played Baldur's Gate because something about like I've seen like a bit of Baldur's Gate 1. It's like I don't really like the setting doesn't seem like something that interests me that much. Oh, also ads are
Yeah,
happening. Give me money. Lol.
that's the same for me, but I think there's so many people who are like raving about it that I'm like, I just have to try it. So many people who are raving about it who aren't just like CRPG heads, then I'm like, okay, I think it's probably worth a shot. See what happens.
And like I'm not a CRPG head like by any means. Like Disco Elysium like really like for me Disco Elysium like really appealed to me just because like the setting of the game takes place in. I'm like this is like so interesting
hmm
because it's I don't know how much you know about that game, but it's like takes place during that thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know it's communist.
Yeah. It takes place.
Yeah,
It's very. I don't know how to say it other than like it feels very. It's a very Eastern European game.
got it. So yeah, I need to try it out before the end. I don't know if I can get it to it before the end of the year, but it will. I need to play the game. I also need to finish. This is such a gamer sin. Man, I can't even remember the name, but it's a really important game.
Unify Kingdom.
It's a survival horror. It has pixel art. You play a tall robot lady.
Signalis.
Signalis, yes. I've gotten like halfway through the game and I probably have to restart it because I don't remember what happens, but that game is really good. I need to finish that.
Same. Exact same thing for me.
hmm
Uh. Aside from Magdalena Bay, what other musicians have like really gotten you this year?
Let me see. I'm looking at my list right now. I'm revisiting like a lot of Wolfpack stuff I missed in the past 3 years. Because like their like lead guy or their organizer has been releasing stuff solo, so I've been catching up on that. Um, and again, I think it's like kind of amplifying the Mag Bay thing where it's like, oh, just using normal instruments and playing IRL is like kind of a inspiring thing. Um, let's see. I should open up. I wish on web they showed you your Spotify Wrapped. I can't find it. Okay, let me see if I can do it on mobile. DVI all years every year. Have you heard of DVI? Have you heard their music?
Hold on. That sounds familiar. I.
DV-I.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, wait, yes, wait. Sorry, I like forgot this person's like name. I had to look it up. Oh, yes, I fucking love this person.
Yeah, they're on my Wrapped like almost 3 years straight. So they're always like a perpetual influence of things I listen to. So for people who don't know, like they incorporate like super Y2K adjacent retro sounds, but like especially when like breakcore was super blowing up on the internet, I think they kind of like I wouldn't say they were riding the wave, but like it definitely helped me find what they were doing and being like, oh, this is super interesting. They were in I think Secret Sky 2021. They do like really neat 3D graphics for their stream that is also looks kind of like it's out of a old PC adventure game.
Oh, they stream?
No. They were part of like Porter Robinson's online festival in like
Oh,
2021. Because that I remember that was like when I was like, okay, I really need to check this out because they did a super cool set that was all with graphics that they did. And then what else do I have here? I started listening to Bjork a lot this year.
favorite album.
Well, this is a cheat answer because the album I listen to the most is the Greatest Hits album.
Is it the greatest hits
So
album?
yeah, on Spotify there's a Greatest Hits albums compilation 2002 because there's a song I heard in a grocery store called Play Dead, which I think was a song made for a movie, possibly. I don't know if it was on an album, but it was a song I think made for like a movie in the 90s, but it's just I don't know. It was like very evocative for me, so I was like, I want to find it, and I only found it on her greatest hits album.
Isn't Play Dead off of Debut?
Is it? Is Play Dead on debut?
Yeah, it's on. Wait, yeah, it's on Debut. There's a re-release on Debut.
Okay, I don't see it here on the Spotify version, but if it's on the re-release, maybe.
I think it's on the re-release. It's not on the Spotify version.
Okay.
Made for young Americans. Okay. Because I remember having like a copy of the Debut re-release, and I'm like, and I remembered it had some songs that similar. I would
Yeah,
say
I've just been cycling between like debut and post, so like I can't really say I have like a favorite album because I know she has like an insane discography yet, but I've been like just cycling through her first two.
uh I was gonna ask a pure question. I freaking forgot it. Did you also happen to listen to other people in like you mentioned DVI. Did you also happen to listen to other people who made like that I don't know what it was called. I think it was like Hardcore Breaks or something in like the early 2020s, like Machine Girl or Eva Boy or Golden Boy?
I did not listen to Machine Girl proper, but I listened to a lot of Machine Girl when they did the Neon White soundtrack. Because
Awesome.
I feel okay, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like a lot of the Machine Girl stuff was not similar to what they made for Neon White, right?
Neon White is like that's hard to answer. Cause like a lot of the stuff was like some of it was some of it wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like Neon White is not a reflection of what they were usually doing up to that point,
Yeah,
right?
because like they have an
Yeah,
album
no,
that had like some stuff like similar to that. I think it was Gemini. But like Neon White was like a lot more atmospheric.
yeah, Neon White. Um, I definitely had like a phase, like a breakcore phase. Maybe it's not a phase. Maybe I'm still in it, but I don't listen to it as much right now. I would say Machine Girl's the only thing maybe in that world. I'm gonna click DVI, and I'm going to go to
Oh, Nanoray?
um I'm gonna go to Artist Radio and see who else shows up here.
Wait, I had an
Adolf Nomura. I actually did listen to their album at some point. I have not listened to Ava Boy. I know who they are. They're on the Dismiss Yourself label, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
You knowing when to dismiss
Um,
yourself is tells me a lot.
I only know it through ISYTI.
Yeah. Okay.
The AI cover art, which is sick. Um, yeah, I don't recognize any of these other names. There is one internet artist that I really love because they put out a new album last Friday and I haven't listened to it yet, but I think in 2021 they put out like a okay, I think I should set the stage because up to this point they made like lo-fi chill cool electronic music and blew up like as an internet artist for that, and it was City Girl Music. And so they were like releasing lo-fi electronic stuff. I thought it was like it's really well produced. It like stood out a ton. Some of their electronic stuff that went crazy went like extra wild in a good way. And then they dropped like an R&B kind of album with vocals on it, like pop and R&B, and they like commissioned I think a lot of their friends to be on vocals in 2021. And it's called C Girl, like the letter C dash girl. And that is I don't know if that's like an influence, but like I really really like that album for sure. And so I play it through it I think at least once a year. It didn't show up on my Wrapped, but it's like an album I think about a lot cuz I don't know, it's like a bunch of fun songs, cute songs, super well produced, sounds really nice, and I don't even in like I think the internet music world, I don't see it talked about a lot. Maybe I don't know, the songs aren't cute enough or something for most people, but I love it. I I'm feral for it. And they released something new this last Friday, which I'm excited for. I haven't checked it out yet.
You're talking about rap made me look at mine, and I like forgot that my top song was Xingzhao by Igloo Ghost, and it says 0.001%.
Oh God,
It's like,
that's crazy.
and that wasn't even my top artist. It was Snow Strippers.
I have a playlist I listened to a ton this year. which is I remade the Life is Strange like playlist I used to have, which had all the Pacific Northwest emo music they put in for the game. Dude, it's still there's still bangers on that. And then I added some more sad guitar music into it, and it became a pretty sick sad guitar music playlist.
The Life is Strange mention is crazy.
Dude, the songs on the first game soundtrack actually is good. It's
Oh.
actually so good.
Oh, I agree. It has I remember playing that game when I was in high school, and I was like, "Oh my god, I listened to this music anyway. Why the fuck is it in Life is Strange?" Because I remember
Yeah.
at the end of one of the chapters, there was like a local native song, and I was like, "I just listened to this like before playing this game. What the fuck?"
That's crazy. Yeah, they were tapped in. They were tapped in one way or another.
I have so many thoughts on that game because I have such a connection to that game for being such. I don't know how to describe what I think about that game because I can't give a fair assessment of that game because I'm just like, this game is so perfect for a high school. It's such a perfect high school movie.
It's like a weeb game, but if you're a weeb for the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, it's like
And those people exist for sure.
yeah, we have Dale
I think
Cooper.
I'm one of those people. Yeah. Like you're a weeb for the Pacific Northwest. I think that game is perfect for that. I think that's like the next big tourism spot after Japan is gonna be the Pacific Northwest. Because you can be a weeb for the Pacific Northwest. People just don't know it yet.
Well, yeah, that's called being a Twin Peaks fan.
No, beyond that, man. That's like being an anime fan. You're into Japan. You're gonna expand the palette a lot more.
For sure, you
I
can.
don't know how, but when I figure out, I'll be moving there and joining the Department of Tourism.
Uh, ugh. So, oh my god, Pacific. I really want to visit Pacific Northwest because it sounds nice. So onto the next one, onto the next question. Have there been any streamers that have been like huge inspirations for what you do?
I'll make sure I get the list right because there are. I just want to make sure I don't miss anybody.
I guess that like is an if, even though I know there is.
Sorry, I'm just thinking through to make sure I don't fucking miss anybody. Yeah, I think originally I mean there are a lot of people. So Neanders back in the day still does a lot of stuff with live streaming that I would say I draw a lot of influence from because I remember one stream she did for April Fools. I think it was like the 2021 April Fools stream where she's like reading a book in the library and she's like trying to talk like a sophisticated person or something as like the bit. And she pulls like she has like a book in front of her and she's like reading and then she pulls the book away and she just has like ginormous physically impossible huge knockers which I guess is the dumbest joke I could talk about, but it was like an example I think for me of like using the medium in like a creative way, like she actually played to like moving these assets around. And yeah, she does a lot. She does a lot of next level stuff, with streaming, and like, I think like tries to push the boundaries in a lot of ways. Like a really early person who's pushing the boundaries that way. That's like one stream that really stands out to me because I was losing my fucking mind when she did that because it was so funny. I think most people would also say like she milked herself on stream. That was also an interesting thing to watch. Yeah, she has a lot of streams like that, Tech Deck, etc. So I'm into it. I was also like kind of a fan because I used to play her music in like a playlist of random internet music I had. And so she did a lot of funny anime covers before that. It's on YouTube for a long time. Yeah, Picky is a big influence too. I mean, for me, I think she was one of the first people I saw that really made sure her scenes were hyper immersive, like to the point where she would frame the camera sometimes, or like make sure the backgrounds were moving. So like, there's one where she was streaming inside a train, looking outside the train. It's like moving past, and then she would like RP that you're just like sitting and chatting in the train. There is one really memorable moment I had on her stream when she was doing a summer festival stream and like walking through the like a walk and talk, like a walking YouTube video through a Japanese festival, and she was like her model is like in a traditional, like I think kimono or something, and this was probably very rude for me to do in the middle of a stream like this, but it was also the same night Shinzo Abe was assassinated. So I like went into the chat and I was just like, "Yo, Shinzo Abe just died," and I think that's how she found out. Which I guess is like in character. I guess it was like part of the immersion. Yeah, that's insane. It's also insane that I think I actually watched the video of him. Like, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy what you can see on the internet now. It's not it's not good. I would say those are two super big influences. I'm probably missing a ton. I think watching the Germa Dollhouse thing and then watching all the Germa stuff was just like, I gotta fucking lock in. Like, if this is possible, then like I gotta lock in because I've always wanted to do interactive overlay stuff. Yeah, I've always wanted to do interactive overlay stuff, and I'm trying to think what else. I would say Uwo's definitely in there for sure because he's super consistent, hyper consistent with like the not only the clips but like his hardware bits, and I think consistency is like very, very important. Plus, underrated. Plus, I don't see people describe him as this as much, but I try to tell him this as much as possible. Like, he's very personable and very friendly on stream. That technically what he does for streaming is like very not interesting for like the first 2 to 3 hours. It's like you're just putting the components together. It's not a ton of interesting stuff. But he's so personable and a great host and like talks you through everything and like banters with chat. I think that's actually a very rare and important skill. And he's like exceptional at that. So I would say, you know, people will be like, oh yeah, he's like the hardware dude, he's like the science dude, but like he has a fantastic personality on top of it, which I think is really inspiring. Who else? Who else? Gotta give a shout out to Gob, Goblin. This is Gob and Neilbog, mainly because they're like mainly because they're coming from the animation industry, and they're bringing a lot of their animation chops to VTubing. And I have just naturally become more interested in that with interactive overlays because there's just like principles in animation that help you understand how viewers respond to ways pictures move on screen. And in the hangout we did in Takahata's bar last week, like I was gushing to them because I'm like, I like what you guys are doing because you're using art direction as like the secret sauce. Because I think a lot of the straightforward assumption would be like, oh, just make your model higher fidelity, you know, look fancier, add more bells and whistles, which are all fantastic too. Like, there's a lot of cool Live 2D stuff out there, but I do think art direction is going to be a big differentiator moving into the future.
It's interesting you
most
mentioned.
folks.
It's interesting you mentioned that. Sorry if I'm cutting you off.
Yeah, all good.
I think it's that's a very interesting thing you brought up because I was thinking about Live 2D models as well. I saw someone in your server talk about making a Live 2D model without interpolation. I don't know if I'm saying.
Interpolation.
Yeah. And I was like, I've been wanting to make a model in that caliber using PC98 art because for me, I've seen a lot of pixel art VTubers that do like interpolate their model and like pixels move around and all that, and I was like, oh, I can probably make one that like fits my aesthetic further down that doesn't have any of the that doesn't have that. It just like snaps from one pose to the other, so it's like more like an old PC98 style visual novel. And thing like Gob specifically stream. This is Gob stream specifically made me go like, oh shit, you can actually like do a lot with just like buttons on your stream deck. And changing a bunch of like ways you interact with like the environment you put yourself in.
Yeah, Oshio does that too. Like it's technically a bunch of different assets together that you switch between. It technically okay, I'm gonna just say this very bluntly to make my point. Um, in some ways, it is harder to do those right than Live 2D. Because you have to draw like a new asset for every single thing.
Yes.
Right. That and again, I want to say this is a very simplified assessment of like what you do with Live 2D. Right. I'm not saying don't clip me and be like this dude thinks Live 2D is easy or whatever. But if you are trying to like say take my model, if I were trying to take my model and like animate it in Live 2D, and let's not even say animate it well. Like obviously animating well is skill, but let's say I'm just an idiot. I'm animating in Live 2D to turn left, like make my head turn left. I could just like tween that in Live 2D. Like that's a straightforward process. But if I wanted the frame look, it's like I have to draw that 3 to 4 different times for the in-between frames. And I think if you're an animator, that could be a really straightforward process and good. But it's just way more effort, right? Like I would love to do that, but like me walking up to an artist and being like, "Hey, could you do this?" I don't think I could afford a year salary for you because that's what it would take, but it would be cool. Like it's tough to I think get that out right now if you're doing on a commission basis unless you have a ton of money to throw down. And if you do, like most people throw down on the animation, the Live 2D stuff, which makes sense, but I think if I ever get to that point, I would take a gamble on getting a super high fidelity frame animated thing, and that would be pretty sick.
In low-key, I'm gonna like starting working on those for like 2 of my friends that I own models to, because I want to like because I actually do want to like make something like that, and it's like they're gonna be not like too much because reasonable. I need a reasonable amount, but just the proof of concept stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I know what you mean because I like rigged my model, the one that you're seeing right now on screen.
Mhm.
Like I rigged this, and I have done animation before. Just like I'm not a professional or anything. I went to environmental science school. I do this shit for in my free time. But from doing like live 2D and versus like doing traditional 2D animation, they're like both difficult, but in like completely different ways because you have to like consider like how things work. Like you have to consider how things like move and like interact with itself in like completely different ways. Whereas getting the effect for a hand-drawn thing is like you can't really say, I wouldn't say one is more difficult than the other one. It's just like the time. I think if you do one that is hand drawn, like that is, I can say this with like confidence is that just takes longer.
Yeah. I think it's less like one's harder than the other, but it's like the number of files you just get back in the folder, right, is just going to be more.
Yeah, because if you have
right? Like it's just more time.
Because like if
Yeah.
you have a like let's say you have a hand drawn thing and you want to like make it a 2D model, like a live 2D type thing, you have one looking forward, one looking 3/4 and like fifth and like 90 degrees, let's say, and you have like 3 angled like 90 degrees, 45 degrees, 0 degrees, -45, 90 degrees. That's 5. That's 5, and then and then you have like up looking up and looking down, so it's like 15.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
like for every asset you draw, you have to like add another 15 ways to draw that, and you just keep going and going.
I will also say a part of this is colored by like the fact that I had to do this as well, and so the way that I get the frame animated look in Live 2D is like a super jank workflow. I'm sure someone who actually knows Live 2D could do it way more quickly and more organized, but it's also colored by the fact that like just thinking about getting the 16 plus 5 assets we just talked about now working together would be like a kind of a nightmare. Personally for me, I think if we hand it off to like a professional animator, they'd be like, yeah, this is insane, but it's doable.
Yeah. And animation's so difficult. I've been doing like a lot of animation for the game I'm working on, and it's not even like, okay, I don't know how difficult for me. It's not been that difficult. It's just like, oh my god, like drawing the angle and making it move right is just like, this is so tedious, but it's like it looks so good when it's done.
Yeah, it is just like sometimes you gotta lock in. That's the same with me in like editing. like editing videos, now that I've started to edit a ton of videos this year, it's not like hard, but like the first 2 hours, which is insane that I even have to like clock it with that time, is like just such a slog.
Yeah.
It's like I know I need to do this, it's so important, but it is such a slog. But at the end it's like really rewarding, but like doing it up front is like I don't know, so sad. So sad.
That's an issue I've had with like making a lot of things. Like even making the talk sprite you have right here, like that took me longer than I thought it was going to, because partly like getting the sketch done is like if I can't ask myself to do it, and then like drawing everything is like, oh my god, getting the shading and the dithering done right is like so annoying and tedious. But like when it's done, I like how it looks. Like the model you have right now that I drew for you, like I think the dithering on the jacket came out a lot better than I thought it was going to.
Let's go. You use does AE Sprite have like native dither options, or are you manually dithering it in?
Aseprite has a dither fill, but I didn't use that. I have a custom brush that's just like a thing that I just use for the dithering there. So I just like draw with that. I can send you I'm gonna send you the file so you can like look, because it's like more clear if you like see it.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah, I'm
cool.
gonna
I just saw an AE Sprite thing on TikTok and I saved it because it was like a stylist how to like do something stylistically in AE Sprite, and they said there are like a lot of features in AE Sprite that let you like reduce the quality of an image to get a certain look.
Ooh, I saw one for like how to do a Hilux type thing.
Yeah, that was the exact one. That was the Hilux video.
Box sprites. I have a couple more sprites for you that I haven't sent you yet, but those are to be revealed with the interview.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we'll cook some. We can maybe cook something up here.
But on to the next one. On to the next one. If you need any Aseprite help, by the way, I can assist you. I have almost as much time in Aseprite as I have in Dota 2.
That's crazy.
For context,
What's the hour? What's the hours?
in Aseprite or Dota, which do you want to hear
Well,
first?
they're equivalent. So
Oh, they're not.
can
One is a
just
lot
one.
higher.
Okay, Dota.
3,253.
Oh, no fucking 3,200 hours.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's insane.
Aseprite is 2615.
I mean that's noble. That's illustration. Like you've imparted 3,200 hours of suffering on your fellow man.
Then I have 1,000 hours.
That's why I love those games. I like Counter-Strike and like Dota because like this is kind of vile, but like when you win, you kind of like ruin someone's day a little bit. Like it's a true competitor's high. I'm not into it all the time, but like if I want to compete, like Counter-Strike or Dota is like I don't play Dota, but like Counter-Strike is definitely great because it's like like we won. Like it's pretty clear.
Yeah, you stole 45 minutes from someone.
That's insane.
My third most played game is Skullgirls with 1,187.
That's a great animated 2D fighter.
Oh,
for
I
sure.
get so much inspiration from all the stuff I do with that game. Like I adore that game.
Yeah, it's great. I think I remember I followed the I followed the person on the animator on Twitter. When they used to post a lot.
I can gush about that game forever. My low key one of my dream interviews is like talking to one of the Skullgirls devs or animators.
Ooh.
But yeah. Well, this is an interview for you, not for me. So, recently, have there been any streams that's like resonated with you?
I did not do my homework, so I don't have a clear answer for this. Do you mean like something that's like super inspiring stream wise?
Yeah, just like a stream or like an event like recently, if you can think of any.
I should know, man. You know what? When I make those shout out tweets, man, I'm stewing on those for days. It's not off the cuff. The magic, the illusion is gone. So I'm doing this off the cuff, and I gotta think about. Let me think about this. A quick minute.
While you take your quick minute, I'm gonna go piss. I'm about to. What's the word? Is what is it?
Spit on that thing.
Yeah, I'm about to paint the walls. I don't know what that means. Hold on. I should not say that if I don't know what that means.
I think it can be something really horrible or just something lewd.
Well, I don't Oh my god, that's what that means? Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that's not what I thought it meant at all. I thought it meant I was gonna piss on the wall. I thought that was like when you start pissing, like just anywhere. Oh, now I feel insane. Anyway. Okay, well, I'm gonna go piss. I'm gonna go piss.
I will. Yeah, I'm gonna go think. I'll think. Guys, I'm not doing my homework. I'm looking at bass guitars. Feed me an answer. Please feed me an answer. Some bass picks. I am looking at. There are a lot of bases on sale this holiday season. Like, if you're wanting to get into,
Get back. I forgot to put on baseball.
yeah, I didn't do my homework. Oh, I got some answers from Archibald. Kai Sanat. Kai's stream was crazy. Actually, the way for me the Kai stream is crazy because I didn't watch any of the marathon live. I just caught up with it on TikTok. And that really just made me appreciate like how mainstream he is. Because there's so many clips on TikTok about the Kai Subathon. It's crazy.
From what I saw, it was like fucking. I also low-key thought on TikTok, I was like, whoa, this is fucking wild. Especially all the people
Yeah.
who came on.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, he has a team and stuff to handle all of it, but like I gotta respect the vision. Like that is insane. It's incredible to be quite honest. They're truly incredible.
Also, I'm being bullied into showing you baseball.
Oh yeah, show me baseball. I think I've seen it, but I want to see it live.
Yeah, hold on. Let me whip it out real quick. Hold on. Fuck the TTS. We're putting you in.
Yeah, whip out that thing.
Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, I don't know how to shove you in there in like a normal way, so we're just gonna. Where are you? I'm not ashamed of the baseball. I'm just waiting for the appropriate time to whip it out. There you are.
Have you heard of the what was this thing called? It's called like the Backyard Baseball League or something. It's about I didn't know about this, but in baseball, I know like in baseball people are like stats freaks,
Yeah.
but there was a time in the 50s or the 60s where people would like RP baseball at home by themselves with like they would like roll dice and shit. And it was like all simulated. But the dice would be fed from like the results of real games. Do you know about this?
I have not, but that sounds very cool.
Yeah, it sounds insane. And there was a book that was written about a guy who became like it's a fiction book, but he like became super obsessed with it. And it was like the idea is like he's obsessed with a fake game more than the actual sport. I tried to read the book, but it was like it's written too fancy. It's too sophisticated for me. But I love the idea of it. I watched the talk about this phenomenon. I think it still goes on today, but it's like a hyper nerd situation where you use books and you roll dice and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like a hardcore sim baseball game.
It's low-key reminds me of like Blaseball.
Yeah, I think baseball is in the DNA of that for sure.
Oh, the baseball game I'm showing on screen. You vote by you choose where to swing based on you choose where to swing with the pole, and then you swing in that direction. The pitcher has the tell before each hit, so you had to put your put your peepers on that shit. All in Sammy. All of this is in Sammy.
Is the sprite movement in Sammy, or is that just baked into the sprite?
That's hand animated.
Yeah, okay, that's the same thing to do.
The
Like your arm is not a separate source that you're nudging over every 300 seconds.
see, I would have done that, but the annoying thing is that everything I do, I follow a very strict like guideline with style where everything follows like a palette and a resolution. So everything on the screen right now, including your background, all of this is in the same palette
Ah,
of 32 colors because I'm following the limitations of a PC98 game essentially,
yeah.
which like the most they were ever able to do is 32 colors. So I found a palette and I used that.
I love the vector grass.
Thank you. I didn't want to draw actual grass, and I could have figured out that was like vector time.
Yeah, vector time. It's vector time. They couldn't draw actual grass either.
True. No one can hit the fucking ball.
Are you a big baseball Andy?
No.
Okay.
That shit bores me so much.
I was gonna say if you have Hololive opinions on
My
baseball
grandpa saw
stuff.
that.
That's sick. They know what VTubers are.
It's okay. So I like don't care if I say like what I like don't care if I like dock the city I live in because what the fuck is anyone gonna do about that? I live in LA. Like, oh no, 30 million people live here.
Yeah, but you saw the giant like drone Hololive then.
Oh yeah,
in your backyard.
I like didn't know that was happening until right before it was happening, and the first time I saw it was like an ad for it. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's interesting because like the NFL did the same thing, not to that extent, but they made like Simpsons 3D VTubers and they had like the voice of Homer do like some announcements. But the quality is so hit and miss. I think when people do these activations, like during the Super Bowl, it was well done. They had like these insane suits and everything. But I was watching this clip where this one ESPN journalist was like using a MetaQuest Pro that they provided for her to be in the fucking like VR metaverse football world. I'm like, this looks weird. Why couldn't they do the bodysuit or the Vive? I don't know. I'm very interested in how these conversations are happening and getting them to actually execute on them and who they're trying to reach. But it's an interesting time for sure.
I'm surprised that I do wonder how all this VTubing technology is going to I guess play out when it becomes like corporatized.
Yeah, I think it's already kind of happening. I could be really cynical about it. I'm trying not to be. It's good. I mean, overall, it's really really good. I think it's already happened. If it is not, like I would say this. Like most, I think people who are like key decision makers in those types of media formats probably know what a VTuber is already. The next part is like, what did they do about it?
Yeah. The original VTuber was in Hershey Chocolate World.
Ooh, Disneyland has VTubers. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they would probably never call it that. They'd probably call it a Disney magical character experience that you can unlock with Disney Plus.
Sorry, Archer, well, that YouTube channel you linked, it was like wild to me when that person made like 2 videos about me. They like reached out to me. I was like, what the fuck is happening? after my Hershey moment. This is gonna be the last swing before we get back to it. Oh,
Yeah,
actually,
well, we might need to fucking do a lightning round. I got a dippy in like 15, 20.
oh shit. Okay. We can let's lightning round through the viewer questions. Sorry, this is taking longer than I expected. So let's go back to where we were. Okay. Viewer questions. Hear the other thing. I don't know.
Ooh,
I don't know how to show off the I don't know how to show off
the
the
way I'm
TT.
holding that hot dog, man. Looks like I'm about to paint the walls with that hot dog. Looks like I'm holding that thing.
I don't know how to do the I don't know how to do the show having you hear the TTS without just like sharing my edge. So
I can just turn up your volume.
no, I mean I don't have the TTS going through my thing. It's just so you don't have to like hear the Twitch thing. So I'll just share my screen on Discord for like edge. I guess.
Oh yeah, I do that. That's actually a really great way to do that.
Okay. Let's go through the questions as fast as we can. I, I've lost it. There it is. Okay, go.
When are you gonna settle down with a nice bug already? I want grandchildren.
I am on the bug sexuality spectrum where I'm not attracted to bugs at all. But the new Helldivers DLC just dropped, and they're all about alien zombies. So maybe I'll dig into that a little bit.
It's crazy. This is a bit of questions. Okay.
Do you do anything with music production that's particularly out there / typically considered incorrect?
Can you replay that one?
Nope.
No? Okay.
I can read it back though.
Yeah.
Is there anything you do in musical production that is typically considered incorrect?
Yes, not make music. I would say that's it. I don't know. I don't know the rules good enough to break them, I think. I will say, like, I think it's important to learn what the correct ways are, but not like oversubscribe to them. Like, I think the difference. So this is like a thing I actually started trying to do, which is, I think if you watch a lot of mixing tutorials, you'll see people make really precise adjustments, like surgical incisions at certain frequency ranges, and be like, oh yeah, I'm cutting out this resonance, which is important, but I think a lot of that doesn't matter. I'm telling myself this, so I mean, if it matters for you, then that's cool. But for me, I don't think it should matter for me, and I should just focus on like the overall sound. And so the good practice that I try to keep doing is like make decisions really fast and pick good sounds from the jump instead of trying to like create sounds from scratch and like move really slow.
Next question.
What advice would you give to someone who lost their life savings investing in Hawk to a coin?
Take what you have remaining and invest it in Bitcoin. That shit's stable. No, don't do that. It's not financial advice. I don't know. If you lost all your savings on Hawk Tool Coin, you're watching this, I want to know who you are. Who's the demographic? Who's that demographic?
Why do you have to ruin Forest Stream?
It's in the contract. I'm contractually obligated to be here. Can I throw this hot dog at them?
I was gonna animate that, but I ran out of time.
Oh. Am I in prison?
If you weren't a Twitch streamer and if you weren't able to code, what would you most likely do?
I would probably make music. I mean, Twitch streaming is not my full-time job. So if I had to pick another hobby, I would make music. Or new thing that I've been thinking about is being like a capital F film guy.
I thought you were gonna say farmer.
No, I want to be like watching a movie and like having an opinion on it. I think that sounds kind of fun.
I'm low-key surprised they haven't done a Cinema Sins bit yet.
Oh, I have. Yeah, I
Oh
did.
shit.
But yeah, I mean, The thing is, I should probably just start recycling bits because, you know, some people don't know.
Well,
Fight 200 peepos or 1 nano.
I would fight 200 peepos because I do that on a daily basis, and I win every time.
Is it comfy in the computer?
It's cold, and I think I'm in a prison.
you might
now.
be. Well, you're currently in a bowling alley.
Oh, I see it now. Those are pins. I thought those were like prison bars.
This is from the Jordy Greek music video from Holy Holy. Because I've not run a background yet because I keep forgetting to.
Bowling alleys scare me.
Same.
Real
Whoa.
question, your work has inspired an insane amount of people to do what you do, though from personal experience, I've seen that the majority of people who do start streaming because of you are already artists who can make their own models and assets. It's clear that your talents are eye-opening to a lot of these people. Do you consider yourself to be an artist? Or do you feel like you would separate yourself from that label to a different or lesser extent?
I'm one of those people.
I feel like I'm looking at the SAT writing section and I'm completely blanking. I'm like having a panic attack now. I'm gonna fail.
Eat your hot
I'm
dog.
gonna drop out. I'm gonna drop out. I need to spit on that thing. I need my security thing to spit on. That's all super cool. I mean, I think I should probably find some way to describe what I do. I could say like stream developer. I okay, this is like an actual like mental block for me, but it would feel weird for me to say like, "Oh, I'm an artist," capital A. I think that's like such a for me a loaded term, but like that's probably just my stupid preconceived notions. Yeah, I mean, I like making things for people to interact with, and I may not draw the things. Maybe I'll blender the things soon, but like I don't think that has to be a part of being an artist.
Of course.
I like coding and developing stuff for people to use. Sometimes that's games. Like I feel like I'm making a game. You know, that's close. And games are art.
Code is art.
And yeah, games are art. And nominate me for the Game Awards.
True. I do think that like anything you do, if you call it art, it's art. That's where I fall on the art question.
Yeah. I want to be the guy who tapes the banana to the wall. So if I can do that, I'm the artist.
Next question.
Maybe that's the next stream. The
3
bananas
by
taped to
3
the wall.
shindigs topster.
What what does that mean? Is that a secret in and out menu item?
Oh, I hate leaving California because I can't go to In-N-Out at like 2 a.m. I have to go to like McDonald's or some shit.
Yeah.
Costa
In-N-Out
is just like your 9 favorite albums.
Oh, I have to take a long time on this. I can't do this right now.
Would you pop Forrest with a needle for a bit, or would that be fucked up?
Are you a balloon?
I am.
I wouldn't do that. That would fucking kill you.
I wouldn't die, just be unhappy about it. That's why I got the bandages on me to fill up holes.
Oh, you wouldn't pop. You'd like deflate, like a long
Yeah.
fart noise.
Yeah.
That might be a funny Sammy redeem you could do.
See, I want to do that, but people, if I like, when I like think about that, people get like really freaky in the chat box with it, and I'm like, and then because they get to like get reinflated, and it's like, oh no.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But-
I'm at the point where I don't know what's a fucking fetish or not. Like apparently putting an AI in a box and like making it small is a BDSM thing. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm just trying to torment this little artificial intelligence for a little bit.
I'm way too aware because I got the furry thing going on. Sad face.
Gotcha.
When and where do you feel like you're living truest to yourself?
This fucking therapy, man. I think anytime I'm doing what I want to be doing, and that actually can include work. It's like, oh, I should be working right now. And I'm working, or like, oh, I should be streaming and I'm streaming, or I should be practicing, I'm practicing. But I often am like sitting somewhere and I'm like, oh, I should be doing something else, and that's not good. That's the real answer.
When are you going to move from Sammy to Haskell?
Never.
Understandable.
Unless Haskell's a better creator experience for this, but
How much do you love?
that's some nerd stuff. That's crazy nerd stuff.
How much do you love Java?
I mean, that's a trick question because you might as well ask me how much do I love C#, which is I don't love both of them.
Well, there we go.
Is
Will you
Haskell
make
like
more
Java?
music anytime soon?
Haskell with like I think Haskell is like meant to be like a Java replacement.
That's crazy. I'm gonna look this up. That's crazy. I'm looking this up.
Don't clip that out of context, programmers. If I said cringe, if I didn't say cringe, I'm a genius.
It's not as verbose. I'm looking at it. I guess I don't know. I'm too stupid to know. They're making new music soon. Yeah, I'd like to. I
Oh.
don't really. I do it like mainly as like a hobby thing. And I like to do it more on stream. I don't have like a sense of albums or release or anything like that. I'm just like doing it because it's fun.
Wait, what am I thinking? What is the programming language that's like the Java replacement if it's not Haskell? Wait,
Is
hold
it
on.
not C#?
I don't know. It's C#. It's something that like compiles to Java.
TypeScript?
I don't know.
I mean, that's not Java and JavaScript are different, but
I think I'm thinking of
same.
Kotlin. Yeah, I'm thinking of Kotlin.
Kotlin?
That's the thing. Yeah, it's Kotlin. Okay. And this isn't a JavaScript stream. What are we doing? We're getting baited into talking about Java. Get out of here.
When's Shincoin?
When's my? I mean, if you guys want to get rug pulled, I'm down. Soon, big rug pull soon.
So I feel like we skipped past the last question about the music. Yeah, can you repeat the music question? I'm sorry. Will you be making music anytime soon? I'm repeating the question from the Lone Hobo.
Yes, but I do it as a hobby, so there's no like sense of like release or, like releases or EPs or anything like that. I think for me, more importantly, it's like how can I make it more interesting as a part of a stream instead of just watching me make music. Um, it really is a time thing. I mean, it's like you. It's like I'm spending too much time making streams, and like I kind of want to balance that out with doing something else that's fun.
Okay. Oh, also tell me, give me a heads up when you're like about to leave so I can like do the last questions just in case this like goes too long.
Oh yeah.
Next question. Just so I can do like the outro bit. Oh.
Favorite food?
This is hard. I'll have to go with recency. Um, oh, this is such a cop-out answer, but I fucking love Chipotle. I'm sorry, that's such a cop-out, but if it's like, if you could just go and grab fast food, anything you want, the only one that makes me happy after I eat it is Chipotle. Like, I'm so happy I got this. Like, it is like, I think back during the day and I can say, I got Chipotle, and that's like a highlight. Favorite meal? I just get a chicken burrito bowl. With any kind of beans, rice. For me, I don't know if this is a messed up thing to do, but I like to mix the salsa. So I'll get the corn, the mild, and the spicy, salad, and then sometimes guac. It depends. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I used to get cheese, but I had to stop because like typically after a big Chipotle meal, like I have to go to the bathroom like in a few hours, and like with the cheese, it was like a war zone situation. And so I had to cut back.
Are you lactating?
I probably am. Maybe I don't know if I developed it. I don't know. But I just know I should step back from it. Like it is a bad situation to the point where after I'm done, my back feels so good. Like I just lay down and I feel amazing. I don't know if there's a word for that, but that's what happens. I have to lay off the cheese.
Understandable. For me, it just makes me like ultra constipated.
Yeah, it makes
Cliche or
me.
not, where do
Sorry.
you see yourself in 5 years?
I don't know. I hope I'm streaming. I hope I can still stream or do something like uh keeping my mind busy is all. I'm chilling. I think that's I don't have a good answer. Working, streaming, chilling. You know what? I hope I'm faster at editing in 5 years. That's my one big main hope. I hope I'm fucking speedy at editing. I want to get super good at editing to the fact that it's really fast because it's way too slow now.
Same.
And at Blender.
Editing is like so hard because I like need to look up like what the hotkeys are all the time.
Yeah.
It was Blender.
What are your thoughts on the teenage engineering grip car?
I think all their expensive, silly toys are sick. And if I had $1 jillion, I would buy them because I'm sick and twisted in the head now for teenage engineering. What do you think about the twist car? If you
Me?
hate the table so much, yeah.
Me? I hate the table because the table's a little uggo.
The twist car is cool.
This car looks cool. I like how it looks. 250 is crazy though.
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy it. If I was like a rich kid and I had like a child who I hate, I would get them the grip car.
That yeah.
What's your favorite base?
I like my bass, which is like a Fender Player Jazz. I have not played a lot of other basses. If I could try more, I would want to try more short scale basses that feel nice because I've only tried short scales that feel they're like budget line. Unfortunately, I really like my nice maple neck bass, so I can't do like an intro bass rosewood neck. I want to try to P bass because everyone is like P basses are sick. I mean, I've tried them, but I haven't like spent a lot of time with them. So I like Fender basses. They're cool. They look cool. But I'm willing to try more short scale basses. Expand my palette.
Called a P.
Makes you paint the walls.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. I'm not gonna look it up.
Don't need to look it up. I don't want to look it up.
Was Leo Fender the best to ever do it for making the precision bass?
Probably. Precision bass is crazy. I like the precision bass because it is. I got the jazz bass because my friend was like, "Oh, it's so versatile. You can make it sound like anything." But it made me really appreciate a precision bass that's like, "Oh yeah, it kind of just does one thing super well." Um, yes. Answer yes.
Do you have a favorite power snack you like to eat before or while you work on stuff?
Yeah, salt and vinegar chips. I
never
love how salty they feel and vinegary, and it makes my brain uncomfortable in a good way.
Have you ever had garlic and vinegar chips?
No, that sounds amazing.
I if you
I
ever
would love
go
to try
to like a
that.
Filipino market, like get those and it's like fucking game changing.
I'm down.
What's an idea that you would love to do that you'd be willing to share but never do because it's either impossible to pull off or requires too much resources and time?
I don't think it's impossible, but I would love to do a crazy, not crazy. I would love to do something with OBS live editing and like a live music thing. So like one idea I had is like recreating a Tiny Desk concert with like the sound. Like that would be hard because like that would be costly. I don't think it's impossible. Even if it was costly, I could be stupid and like go nutso on the equipment. Um but yeah, I think some live music thing would be is kind of like an aspirational thing. And more DJ streams for sure. I think for like Twitch interactive like a D&D type Twitch plays D&D, I have a lot of ideas there, and I think they're all possible. The only thing that is holding me, I think, that I think I could improve is just like commissioning more assets from artists to make those scenes look nicer. But I like kind of like how jank they are. So
I just got in a fucking strange position. Okay. Oh, my posture, my back. I'm sitting in a bad position. My back. My back is squelching right now.
that's the best part of streaming with these models is you can sit in the worst. You can sit. We have the worst posture, and no one will know.
Yeah.
About 6 months ago, I said to you that I thought you were on the brink of being able to go full-time with content creation with the gift of hindsight. Do you agree with me? Are you still happy you didn't go attempt going down that route?
Like 6 months. If it's in the past 6 months, it's definitely a no. In the next 6 months, that would be like winning the lottery. I have like a pretty high. Unfortunately, I would have a pretty high threshold I would need to make, which if achieved would be sick. But it's like, well, I guess like 99% of gamblers quit before hitting it big. So I guess I'll keep gambling? Question mark. Yeah, it's not something I think about a ton. Not like in the cards, I think.
Gambling
But
is
keep gambling. Keep gambling.
well
Yeah.
with the Stream Deck extension you can.
Yeah, if I get a royalty on the Stream Deck lever, then I'm going full time, for sure. But if they rip the idea off and just sell it, and I get nothing, then we're in the mines.
If you were a product developer lead for Elgato and you were assigned to make a completely new device for streaming, what device would you invent?
I know this. This is completely self-serving. I would want a device that's like the Stream Deck, but
With the lever.
you control it like a modular synth where you like move wires around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're patching
Oh.
things around. It would do the exact same function as a Stream Deck, so nothing new, but it just feels cool to like patch wires around. You'd be like a old telephone operator in like the 20s or something.
Oh my god, they must have had like such a nice time. Oh my god, they must have smelled crazy in there.
It must have smelled crazy in there. They must have heard so much gossip.
Oh my god, I never thought about that. You could oh my god, you could make like a ledger of everyone's like drama and like make a little like anonymous thing. Oh, that would have been awesome VTuber shit.
Yeah, I gotta make that scene now.
Oh my god.
Who would win in a fight? An Iron Chef or a Barefoot Contessa?
Iron Chef. Because I understand what an Iron Chef is.
Well, you know what Barefoot Contessa is now, someone with a nuke.
No, that was her past life. She went toes out. She went toes out as a count.
You went toes out with the nukes.
Sorry, I'm watching a video of the teenage engineering car. It actually looks pretty cool. It looks nice. I think it's just expensive because it's machined. Like it looks like all metal, aluminum.
But it's also the teenage
It looks like if they
engineering.
turned the like really expensive Apple Pro case into a toy.
It's also kind of how the teenage engineering tax just by virtue of it. I'm pretty sure it costs like it probably costs like half that to make.
Yeah, yeah, but it's still like $100 for a car is crazy. Yeah.
Car. Next question.
What would you name the show if you were Forrest?
Fuck off.
Do you have a name? Do you not have a name?
I don't
for
have a
the
name for
show?
this. I haven't figured it out.
In the computer with
Joe Rogan.
blank. Yeah, with Joe Rogan.
With Mudang.
It'd be funny if your show had the word Mudang in it and no Mudang was in it at all.
I really like the idea. Okay, I had like this bit in my mind, but I was like, I probably shouldn't do that. Where I was just like going to introduce everyone else as like the last person, so I was gonna introduce you as the man of letter that's coming on.
Oh yeah, I like this bit that someone does on YouTube. They do like music hardware streams, and they always the channel name is John Makes Beats, but they always introduce themselves with a new name. They're like, "This is John Makes Beats. My name is Darren, or like my name is Michael, or my name is
I don't have the Michael stream.
I don't know.
Sorry, that just reminded me. I don't have the Michael tag on my stream anymore. Hold on, I need to fix this right the fuck now. Fuck this Game Award shit. I need Michael back. Wait, I still have the Michael. I still have the Michael tag. We're good. I don't know. I don't know. Add item label. I was thinking about item label tab. Mudang tag. Cool. Next question.
Please listen to Pimp a Butterfly, that is all.
Yeah, I need to listen to all of Kendrick. I am so not culturally plugged in. I need to listen to all the Kendrick albums.
Oh god. I'm like everyone else. It's like other stuff. What?
What would a collaboration between you two look like?
Me and Salad Force. I think it would be a cool game. Like we could do like a cool PC98 interactive adventure cook up.
I'd be down. I can give you the assets I made for the one that I made.
Yeah, I actually do want to add items to my visual novel thing.
I could.
I think that would be fun. Yeah.
I could.
I mean, it would be completely like improvisational. It's like it would just show the item on screen and like the chat decides what it does. But it could be cool.
Oh yeah. If you, I have a lot of experience drawing a bunch of. Well, you can see everything I've drawn here.
Ooh, yeah, true. Your whole stream is the portfolio.
Yeah. I also have like I have the bugs. Next question.
Do you think GTA 6 will meet these enormous expectations from people?
Yes, but like that's coming from a place of faith. That's like not a real evaluation. This is like I am just converted to the church that this game is going to be sick. Even if it was just like I think this would cause a lot of controversy, but even if it was just GTA in the Red Dead 2 engine and like improved, I think that would be amazing.
Is GTA not in the Red Dead Redemption?
I mean, I think Red Dead 2 is like an improved GTA 5, but like if they just like make it Red Dead 2 1.5 with GTA 5, or GTA look and setting, like I think that would still go crazy.
Oh, I see. Next question.
Do you have a favorite part of video editing? Is it the SFX?
Oh yeah, it definitely is the sound. I like putting in the music and like putting in the sound because also it's at the end and then when you rewatch it with the sound and the music, it feels more put together.
That's been the hardest part for me, making stuff with sound.
Yeah, if you have a Splice subscription, that's the best place, I think, because you can use that for your normal samples and then your SFX. And then I'm just collecting a pool of like SFX sounds.
Oh, I've just been using
that I
Half-Life
use.
sound.
Yeah, that's good too. I think just like find a pool of sounds and then that will become your
My like
thing.
the like sound library that I've used for my stream stuff have been recently Half-Life. Before that it was Yume Nikki, and before that it was Roland 808.
Yeah, but put them all together and that's Witch House.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
Are you happy?
Are you trying to do that thing that guy did to The Rock? Have you seen this video?
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's like a TikTok with a guy who's like, I asked The Rock if he was happy, and then he like pulled up video evidence that The Rock was like having an existential crisis after the interview, and it ended with The Rock posting an Instagram picture or like a story of him like being like, someone asked me recently if I was happy, and I realized I don't take time off, so today I'm gonna take time off. And then he was like, I can't believe I like asked The Rock if he was happy and led him to this.
That Rock Mudang.
Yeah, I'm happy. I think I could use more time to do the stuff I want to do, but like that's chill. I was able to make a cool hand cam purchases thanks to the stream support, so I'm grateful. My friends, I was at a friend's house and they had a gratitude jar. You have to like write a thing and put it in the jar. I'm like, that's so sick. I love artifacts. I like physical manifestations of stuff.
Yeah, it's always nice to have like physical things. But I whenever I like send stickers out to people, I always like draw a whenever I send I've done this once. When I send stickers out to people, I like draw something and like put it there. And I think and I know when Jammed does the giveaway, they have like a little a note that like they write a nano writes, and I'm like, whoa, this is such a like nice thing. It's like such a nice little like it's a nice little thing. It's like I want to keep this.
Yeah. We need more of that.
Next question.
When are we getting $HIN? I need to lose all my money quick.
Sure. You could subscribe and you get nothing in return but free ads. And what if I just added like a coin emote? You know, that would satisfy the crypto need soon.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
No. No. Oh god, it's late. Well, we gotta let's lightning round the next 10 minutes. 5
Okay. Well,
minutes.
this is actually the last question.
Think you'll
Sick.
do another IRL show?
IRL show. Oh yeah, like I did last year. I'd be down.
Oh yeah. I was gonna ask
Yeah, I
about
forgot.
that, but I forgot to ask about it.
Yeah, we can talk about it for like these last 5-10 minutes.
Hold on. Let me like move to the final section. So that's the end of the viewer question. Actually, no.
Break me out of prison.
Oh, you're off.
Oh,
And you're on with a very rough drawing.
oh, I like this. I'm definitely in your computer.
I'm reusing the old UI that I made for that fan art I made one time.
I like this Andros looking thing that's we got going on.
And you're not talking again. Up there. Okay, never mind. Whatever.
Oh, no, it looks great. I love this. I want to say, like, I guess I didn't say this off the pop because I'm like, let's just lock it and rock it from the start. But this is so cool that you have these scenes like for your interviewees. You know, it evolves, but plus like the PC98 layout is so cool.
This
Yeah, this you also got the fucking Roland MC707 clip manager on the top right.
of course. Wait, is it? Okay, I thought it was like tracking to me. Yeah, I try to do this for all of the interviews I do, so people, it is tracking to me. Wait, no, it isn't. What the fuck? Okay, whatever. Yeah, I try to do this for all the interviews I do. I had one for Clonk last week, but I didn't. I ended up not being able to draw the end part of it, so it was just like a reuse thing. And this one, I didn't have. I low-key fucked up the drawing, so I was like, I'll use the sketch because I like how the sketch look better.
Oh, it looks great. It looks fantastic. It's cool. I mean, it's insane that you can do all this for the interview.
Oh yeah, I love doing these interviews. I love doing these interviews. Like I like being able to talk to people, and I want to make an interview show that isn't like all business asking about stuff. It's just I want to be, you know, I like having the more personal thing where it's just like talking about like whatever instead of like talking about like tell me something.
Yeah, yeah.
But tell me a little bit about the live show, and then I'll do the last bit of questions.
Yeah, I had Ryan Broderick reached out. They write a newsletter called Garbage Day, which is like a daily tech culture, internet culture newsletter. And they've been doing live shows, which is just like they bring in guests who are online, but they do interesting things on the internet. And so he did a show in SF. He reached out to me because we had a mutual friend. To my surprise, we had a mutual friend, and they like gave a big vouch. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm definitely down. And we brainstormed this idea where I would bring in like a laptop and like I would have OBS on it and like reactive image to let people VTube basically as CEOs, like tech CEOs, and we wrote like funny scripts for them, like as an audition. Like the bit was like they're auditioning for my new agency, where it's just all tech CEOs or something. That was fun. But the other guests he had on were really cool. In SF, so he had like Danielle Baskin, who's like a local artist in the Bay Area. And she was talking about a collection of like old .coms that people used to have in like late 90s, early 2000s, and like what people used to use the internet for, which is like you could just squat a .com for your wedding and it'd just be like, chilldudeswedding.com, and then like that's it forever. Some people just held .coms for like their local friendships and things like that, which were super neat. The other super awesome person that I like completely nerded out over from meeting them was the guy who draws Kelly, the Onion, the Onion comic
Oh yeah.
where it's like the old grumpy man, yeah, on the bottom left, like saying super on the nose political stuff. He was super awesome, and like he talked about how that I think that brand like blew up, and I didn't know this, but he also did like normal political cartooning work. So it's funny to like, I guess, work in both spaces where you're kind of like ironically doing political comics and like doing them for real. Um, yeah, it was a super good time, and he like what was inspiring is he kind of mixed in like a music element to it too. He had like remixes of all these silly internet videos, so it was a good time. It was actually like a kind of like a live, I wouldn't say live podcast, but it's like a live show to celebrate the internet's history and where it's going. And it was super fun. Coffee Tron was there. Gonna say hi.
So here's the final ad break or whatever. It's the minute left. So last bit. Tell me a story, a mundane thing they still think about.
Does it have to be real?
Yeah.
I
What if
guess
you
I didn't have
want?
to ask that. I could
Yeah,
just
you could just
lie.
lie. I wouldn't know.
Yeah. A mundane thing. Like I'm walking down the street and it's super chill. That kind of
Yeah.
thing. That kind of vibe. Okay. I'm channeling it. This is a good question because you have to appreciate the mundane.
Yeah.
Um okay, I'm gonna turn this into I just appreciated this moment. Some mornings when I drink a coffee, I eat like a sweet granola bar and I drink my coffee completely black. So the sweet and the bitter, sometimes they mix in like just the right amounts in my mouth that there's like a new secret flavor. When in CERN when they like mash two particles together and explode and it's like a new particle shows up or something. It feels like that's happening in my mouth for like a split second. And it it's like a Chipotle situation where it like becomes a highlight of my day. This is more probable to happen if it's a donut. If it's a donut and a coffee, that will just happen like on every single bite. But if it's just like granola bar, it's a hit or miss, but it tastes cool.
Tell me about a person you still think about. It doesn't have to be a big thing. It can be a small thing.
Um
You know, I also don't have to name anyone.
Craig.
Oh, say your prayers, Greg. Uh, okay. You're probably about to be ready. So I'll do the last three questions. Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. It was nice talking to you. Is there anyone you would like to shout out?
Uh try to shout out as many people. Shout out Jams Virtual in the chat. Shout out Archibald Pazuzu in the chat. Thank you for watching the stream for so long. It's unfathomable. It's sick. It's cool. I feel very lucky. Um, I'm reflecting a lot on the year, and it's like I'm just kind of speechless. It's kind of I'm letting it wash over me a little bit. I don't think it's really hit me. Um, what we're able to do this year, but I'm very thankful. I'm very grateful. I'm just kind of doing. I think the best thing I can do is just do my thing, spit on my thing, and do it.
Are there any parting words you'd like to leave everyone on?
Look out.
And for our final question is the one I prepped you for. And don't name who this is, but is there anything you'd like to say to someone who cannot hear this?
Oh, okay. I understand this question now. Damn, I already said look out. I'm right behind you. I'm right behind you. You,
Me?
the interviewer.
Well, I can hear
Turn around.
this.
Turn around.
Oh, what the? Wait, why is there a nutcracker there?
I told you, dude.
Got a nutcracker in my room.
Um, I don't have. I wish I could be so cool in this moment, but I can't.
That's okay.
How about you? How about you're a big inspiration? Because that's something you want to say to someone usually, but they usually can't hear you when you say that,
Yeah.
right? Your inspirations are typically people you sometimes don't know.
Yeah. One of the past people who was like, "Oh, well, I had the question open ended because like one of the past people was like, I'm telling this to someone who isn't with us anymore, or someone else saying like, you will, it's like someone who's like ultra famous and like in a completely different world, but doesn't even, I don't think they speak English. Is like, you have been a massive inspiration to me."
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Another one is I like in the chat. They're like, "Pardon, Hunter." I don't know if you're talking to Joe Biden. I don't know. Pardon me. I don't know. That's crazy.
But
That's a good. That I mean, that's a good target for your like. That's a good target for what you want to say to someone who definitely is not hearing you, for sure. 1 kajillion%.
and that's the last question. So thank you so much. Actually, there's one last question, but it's not a big one. Thank you so much for coming out. It means a lot to have you here, and having you here, I was like a bit nervous because you have been like the biggest inspiration to me in like the past year for like a lot of the things I've been doing.
Thank you so much, dude. That feels great. I think that's like I've really realized that's such a huge compliment because like when I say that to people, I like really am like, yes, you have shaped my brain in a very special way. But when people say it to me, I'm like, nah, can't be real. That can't be true. But I really do appreciate it. It's just it's a new thing. It's crazy. Because I'm usually just up in my own head doing my own thing. I'm just a guy doing my thing, spitting on my thing. Um,
It's the
and I had a friend says like you probably just don't know the level of influence. So like I am learning to really understand and appreciate what people are taking away from my stream, and it's special. It's super magical, um, and it's a big compliment because I know the feeling. Like I know the feeling of like being inspired and trying to do something new. So that's the biggest thing I could hear from someone. Thank you.
and as I said, it's like beyond artistic wise. It's just also like being part of the community has like introduced me to so many like really cool people, and I'm very happy to have found your stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm super stoked for you. That's what it's all about, baby. That's what it's all about.
But enough of me gushing. That concludes the interview. Sorry if I'm keeping you a bit longer.
All good. No, I'm chilling. I'm gonna.
And
What am I doing after this? I'm gonna set up more of this hand cam stuff, and tomorrow, do I get more time?
oh yeah, oh no, you can have as much time as you want. I'm just like doing this because I don't want to keep because you said you
Okay.
had to like go in a bit.
Now you're fucking locked in here with me, dude.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Uh, no, tomorrow, I'm streaming Streamer Awards. I think I'm gonna co-stream it, the VTuber Awards, at 2 p.m. If you want to watch. Um, that's it. And I'm setting up a hand cam stuff. I don't know when that will be, but I need to test it a lot. But that's coming up. Those are the two things that are coming up.
Yeah.
And Mad Gaming until the end of the year, I hope. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
And with that, I one thing, I don't want to like keep you longer than but with that, is there anyone you would like me to raid?
Oh, why don't we raid this dude, George Chungus? Oh, they're not animate. I think they're animating. I think they're doing art, but they're an animator in the VTuber community, and they do fan animations for a lot of VTubers. And they're pretty neat.
Yeah.
I like them.
I didn't get to show off my bugs.
I also like their name, which is George Chungus.
George Chungus.
George Chungus, yeah.
The fucking subtitles. But yeah, thank you everyone for coming out. Thank you everyone for coming out. Next week, another interview. Can I say who it is? Can I say who it is? I don't know. I don't know. If they're in chat, they can say who they are and give the release, because I don't give the I don't well. But yeah. Thank you. Oh. It's Jams.
Aliens.
Ooh.
They're real.
But anyway. Come in next week. We got something most virtual in the mix.
Aliens are real.
Oh, what? The fucking raid message didn't go through. Not raid message, the raid thing.
Raid command. Alien. Thank you so much for putting it together. This is a really dope overlay. It looks like the aliens going by the screen look like little mini notes.
Fucking go.
So neat. Or do you have a noise thing in the background here?
Yes.
That thing is gonna eat up your GPU. Just a heads up. That thing like annihilates your GPU resources.
Wait, noise? Wait, no, I don't have a noise thing. My bad. I have a
Noise.
NTSC.
No noise plugin, like the background that I have behind my head.
Oh no, that's just scroll.
Okay, okay. Over a static graphic. Okay, because it looked like a noise plugin thing you can do.
Oh no.
And I was like, just my last word of warning is that's gonna annihilate your GPU usage.
And as always, everybody, the raid message is your favorite heart emoji, and what do you want the message to be along with the heart?
Big things coming with the heart.
All right. Thanks everybody.
This is the part where did you animate me coming out of the screen and biting your head off?
I could. That sounds like a funny bit I would have done if I had that idea beforehand.
Oh, yeah. In the future, you could have like your guests like break out, punch out of the monitor.
Well, gonna fucking get me.
Yeah, they're gonna fucking get you. This is a sick overlay, dude. Thank you for having me on. It was good talking. Good to talk about brain worms.